The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the podcasters and any guests and do not reflect the views, thoughts, and opinions of any of the sponsorships or affiliates of thereof.
You are now tuned to the Lake Talk with your host G Daddy Funk. The Lake Talk. What it do? It's your boys from the Lake Talk 801 podcast, where we shine light on local artists and entrepreneurs.
Tell them.
To my right, I got Babyface Fonzie.
Yo.
And myself, G Daddy Funk. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, thank you. We appreciate you guys. You can go on Spotify, any streaming platform, and YouTube. Go hit the subscribe, comment, like it, share it. You guys know
the deal. Yes.
Yeah, man. Ruben's not here. He's in. He went out of town to work.
He's in New Mexico right now.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
So, damn.
Yes, sir.
He's in New Mexico. Yeah. So shout out to him. He's getting his money. Do your thing, Big Rubes.
Oh, wow.
What else, bro?
Are
Are you ready to share the next news? Because I know you said you had two things for people, and you shared one of them.
I shared one of them. Yeah.
Not yet, huh?
What?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, not
I
yet.
thought you were ready. You looked ready to me, but
I was ready, but I don't know. I'm hesitant because what's it called? Like
it's not solid.
it's
yet.
not. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is. It's solidified already.
Well, no, it is, but it needs to be more.
We're not in the stages yet to really announce it, because once we announce it, it has to be like 100% finished.
Yeah.
So
sure.
that's what it is. But
Okay.
but yeah, we'll announce it here soon, man. But yeah, bro. Other than that, what's up with you, man? How's work been?
Work's been, it's been crazy. Like work, because I have a job and then I do side work.
Mm-hmm.
Work's been good. It's been steady and all that, and then just with the side work, it just makes it a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But it's been good. It's just tired more.
Do you like every time do you go to do you wake up wanting to go to work or not really? Like, are you the type of person that dreads going to work?
Nah, I just dread getting up. That's the only thing.
That's it?
Yeah. But once I'm at work,
You're good.
Like I'm good. I'm not worried about it or nothing.
Like me, like lately I've been like excited to go to work. And the reason why I think is because I think I'm like psyching myself out, like in the sense of, okay, work is cool. But at the same time, I feel like I'm learning a lot of what I do, and I'm liking what I'm doing now. Because if you don't like what you do, bro, work sucks.
Yeah, no, for
Big
sure.
time.
For sure.
So I'm trying to play mind games with myself and be like, okay, you like work and you like learning, which I do like learning, but sometimes that shit's stressful, bro. It's like a puzzle that you have to solve, and yeah, bro.
Do you like learning, like reading and all that, or learning visually?
Well, I'm so there's different types of learners, right? Some people could see and then they learn. Some people actually have to they're hands-on, and that's how they learn. I'm a hands-on type of learner, so yeah. But
is that the same thing as hands-on and visual, like visual and hands-on? Because
No,
I feel
no.
like that's me both. Like I have to see it and I have to actually do it. I mean, I guess I could, if I see them, I could do it, but it's just more both, right?
it's easier, right? After you see them. Well, of course, yeah. I think I'm a visual person too. I think everyone is, but like, there's some people that could just see it once and then boom, they got it.
Yeah.
And depending on what it is, of course. But there's other people that they see it and they're like, okay, let me try it.
Yeah.
And then bam, then they get it. So I'm like a little bit of both. But anyways, when it comes to the reading part, yeah, I think when I like to read on certain things, but sometimes I get frustrated with reading, so I just skip it and I just do it. And if I mess, how could I say this? I don't know. I don't think I usually mess up a lot.
Nah.
When I just do it.
Nah, you do.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, nah, you do.
Hell
Don't
nah.
lie.
Hell nah. Nah.
Just because it's being recorded, you don't have to lie.
Oh, you think I'm lying? You think I'm funny? I'm capping? I'm capping?
Nah, I'm just like.
Bro. Nah. So yeah, but I think I do good.
Okay.
Once I get hands on it. But anyways, so the reason I'm asking about work and stuff, like, if you like it, because I've been learning a lot.
Get closer this way.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Because you're off.
Oh, because I've been learning a lot and
Yeah.
stuff, and I don't know, man. This shit's fun. What I do, AV work.
No,
and
it
stuff.
is.
Yeah.
I'm sure you learn a lot, and it's crazy because technology is always changing.
Yes.
So you have to be on top of it and all that.
Oh, talking about technology, did you hear that MGM in Las Vegas is like going through? They got hacked, like all these casinos and stuff. Like
Really?
the casinos machines ain't working. It's bad, bro. Like
They're losing money.
why? Supposedly Caesar's Palace, they paid off the hackers $30 million.
Damn.
Yeah. And the crazy part about that they're not announcing it on the news. They're not saying shit on the news about it.
Yeah. Damn.
Crazy
Hey, but
stuff.
can't they get these fools or what? Check the accounts or something.
I don't know, man. The FBI,
Damn.
the
That's
FBI ain't
crazy.
doing their job, bro.
That's crazy.
The
Yeah,
FBI
that trips me out.
Yeah.
That trips me out.
Is that my water, by the way?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's I didn't hear about that. I didn't know about that. But this podcast is sponsored by Bohemian Brewery, crafting its finest lagers since 2001. Damn, that shit hurt. So shout out to Bohemian Brewery, man. Our favorite is the cerveza, man. Whenever I get a chance, I'll be drinking on that cerveza. So
Hey.
yeah. Other than that, let's introduce our new guest, our guest today, Fonzie.
Our new guest.
Our new guest. Yeah,
Our
for sure.
guest. Nah, man. So today we have Wesburke. Wesburke is
Hey.
in the house. What's up, man?
How we doing?
Hey, we good, man. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what, Wesburke? Let's have you do the honors and introduce yourself. Tell the people who Wesburke is.
Well, when I hit the GPS to come here, I was surprised at how close it was. I grew up right here in Shugs, man. Like
Oh,
right
really?
up here in Sugar House. Yeah.
Okay.
Like 1300 East and 2700 South. So like right there.
Where were you expecting this place to be?
I thought you guys were a little farther south.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just said no one's right next to me.
I see.
I mean, I'm the air to do it out. I was surprised how close I lived to DJ Juggy. I
Hey,
crushed half a
that's
bear
right.
and got on the road, man.
That's
Came over to say
right.
what's up.
That's right.
Yeah, I do hip hop. I run the Life Elevated Music Group. I get to tear up some shows and stuff. That's my whole thing.
Hey.
Nothing to it. Keep feet on the ground. Just keep them coming.
Cool. Okay.
So you were born and raised here in Sugar House,
Right here in Shugs, man.
And what made you get into music, man?
I had an older brother. Actually, I have two older brothers. One of them is 9 years older than me, and one of them is about 11 years older than me. They had a best friend. His name was Jake. He did music when I was a kid, and they had a hip hop group. Shout out to 9 to 5 Music, man. Him, Jake Doja, and Nate Scott, and they were really doing it when I was about 12, and they were throwing absolute ruckus shows. They would bring the ruckus back to the house, and I was like 12, and it was madness, and the shit seemed fun, and here we are now. It is, absolutely, it is.
What? Oh shit! What's
Oh,
up?
yeah.
Yeah.
My
What's
bad.
some of the wild shit you experienced out there, or that you've seen, throughout that ruckus?
Parents get separated a little bit. Both my parents were kind of going through some shit, so I lived with my brothers actually, and there was they were real rowdy. They were breaking a lot of rules in the house and out, and they would bring all that shit home, throw parties, and I can't air them out too much, but they were doing some really wild shit. So for a 12-year-old from just kind of grew up in Shugs, I had I wouldn't say too sheltered, but shit got real shaky around the time I was like 11 or 12.
Okay.
With like family home life and stuff. So I was living with them at that point, and it was that one put me on a whole different trajectory. I mean, they were pushing shit on the side of music, so you know how those cultures kind of go together.
Yeah.
Right.
Troublemakers and like that 2008 hip hop. There's even a bunch of venues in Ogden that are just kind of starting to do hip hop again, because there were some rowdy crowds that would just bring the ruckus. A lot of
Was it like gang shit?
yeah.
Okay.
There was a lot of. They were really up to no good.
Different sets.
It was a little bit less set rocking as much as they had something to move around.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there was people coming and going of all different types from all over the place.
Damn.
I got to meet some really interesting people. It was all good people. They didn't really get me around or let me around anybody that was too crazy. You know what I mean? They
Got you.
kept their business to themselves, but it would just funnel into the home.
So the venues that canceled these shows because of this.
Yeah,
you
for
said
like
there's
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, I mean they're just getting back into it.
Like who? If you don't, if
There's a venue called the Lighthouse up in Ogden. It's right on 25th Street, historic 25th Street. It's a great venue, great spot, but they would not allow hip hop for like 10 years because people were bringing guns, people were fighting.
Yeah.
Damn.
People would slump off in the bathroom. It was getting pretty crazy. So they just said no more hip hop for like 10 years. I was pretty lucky. I had a connection through a kid named Noise Explosion up in Ogden, and he kind of set up a thing so that I could do an album release party up at that place, the Lighthouse, and that was the first one they did in like, I think they said it was 9 years. And we sold it out and had a great night, showed them that that's not really what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really music heavy. Music, the craft of the music is super important. I absolutely love live shows. We don't really bring all the ruckus and all the extra shit that comes with it.
Yeah.
We still have our fun, but so we kind of got a chance to show them that that's not really what we're doing. And they've been throwing hip hop shows and doing some things and inviting people back.
because it went well then.
Because it went so well. Everybody, we had a great crowd and stuff like that. I can turn out a venue if I start posting about it and want to sell a thing. We can turn out some heads. So
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
we surprised them on
So who like?
all that.
Where's your crowd? Like where does your crowd come from? From like your friends, school, people you just meet? What?
My parents were split up, so I was just bouncing around from school to school. My personal social crowd is actually quite small.
Is it?
Very small. So a lot of it actually genuinely comes from the music. If I'm being honest, I'm really proud to be able to say that I don't have like a huge social circle. So what's working for me is actually working for me.
Okay.
No diss on when people get it going off of a social stance. That's cool too.
Right.
Those bring good environments as well, but this is music based. I've been working pretty stiff at it for about 8 years, doing music and throwing shows and cultivating this life elevated music group thing. That's kind of where I push, merch and T-shirts and stickers. Kind of needed.
Oh, yeah.
Is that working out for you?
It's working out, man. I'm
Okay.
actually it's become its own little entity.
Hell yeah.
Not quite as much online as much as on the ground. I've gotten some good response. Like it kind of helps me get around from place to place with some operation, even just on the ground when it comes to like people hand to hand, friends and family and stuff, or T-shirt sales. That's all one thing, but venues, promoters, and everybody do not want Wesburke representing Wesburke, sending an email for Wesburke so that Wesburke can open up for an artist. They do not like that shit. Something about more degrees of separation helps you get shows. They do not want to talk to artists in person.
Interesting.
So if I use lifeelevatedmusic@gmail.com representing Wesburke, send that email, with some of my accolades or past shows or I can send some stats on how many people I brought to that show, kind of thing.
So
Yeah.
did it
People
take
like that a lot better.
did it take you a minute to realize that,
Um,
or did you know that off the back?
no, I kind of think I knew that one right away. I've been rocking the LE thing for a while, because it helped me separate from people immediately, where I could have a little bit of a buffer zone. People seem to love that. People seem to like that.
Well, I feel like they see it as more professional. Like, oh, he's serious about what he's doing.
Definitely.
So they're like, okay, I'm gonna talk
Definitely.
to his manager. Or whoever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It seems like the more people you have between you and the thing, if it's happening, the more people you have between you and the thing. I got an assistant. My assistant will reach out to the manager, and then it'll get to. And people seem to love that.
Chain of
Can't
command.
stand it. Chain of command. People love that shit, man.
But wait, but do you have the people then, or it's just you?
It's me. I got my brother. Jake is still heavily into it. My brother Cam helps me with like kind of merch. He's got a creative brain for lack of a better term. My brother Cam really just has like the drip. Like my brother Cam really huge sneakerhead from since he was a little kid, man. There's pictures of him wearing like Jordan 8s and like a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny, but
That's dope.
there's a few of us that make up a really strong central pyramid. And then the degrees of separation are more about I'm putting heads together, and if I need a second eyes on an email, I'm like, hey man, what do you think of this? Is this good? And then they'll say yeah, or maybe they'll add a thing or clean it up for me and say send this one. So to some degree, it's not as much about me having like managers and agents or assistants or anything as much as 4 heads are better than one, man.
Yeah. Hell
Yeah.
True.
Definitely.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, even what you guys got going on, could you imagine doing this dolo? You know what I mean? You guys make up a really good team, and each of you guys bring something special to it. So it's kind of like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go back a little bit to when you first started rapping. Now at what age did you start rapping and
It seemed it didn't ever seem like something I could do until I was about 18, and me and some friends just started chopping it up in the basement. It's that type beats era, YouTube type beats, J. Cole type beats, this one type beats, and they were everywhere, man. So we just started fucking around and writing. And you know, I don't really, you know how it comes and goes. Like, people start falling off of the music as they get older. They need jobs, or they get a kid, or weird girlfriends, or however it goes. So I don't really, I don't get a chance to cut it up with those guys as much as I used to. But we were just kids, man, wanted to get after it. And then, every time I would write something, it would get better. Every time I would record something, I figured out how to do it just a little bit nicer. And I chased that bug for years, man. The first thing I put out was called Don't Listen to My Mixtape.
Don't listen to my mixtape?
Correct, because that was during that SoundCloud mixtape era. When everyone would post that shit, it would say, check out my mixtape, and then their link. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
That look is burned into my brain, bro. And it was hard to look at, so I titled it Don't Listen to My Mixtape. And it, just the title alone did a little bit of work for me.
Hey.
And I was just putting something out just because I figured, you know, I got a bunch of joints, let's throw them out. Yeah, so that's kind of how it all fired up. And then me and the boys kind of reconvened and made the first Life Elevated project.
Man.
And that's where it all sparked.
Like were your boys hyping you up then, I'm assuming? Like they were...
I'm sure you guys have lost touch with a couple people as this has become a little bit more successful. A couple people maybe weed out and step away, distance grows.
Yeah,
it's a little bit like that.
Okay.
It's okay though. That's how it is.
Yeah.
This is not. I've lost some. I've felt some defeat over the years. You get defeated and then you get hungry again, and then and those are good moments to look back on. Is when you maybe. Like that Joey song, I Devastated, that Joey Badass song. I really, and multiple times have felt that devastation of like, what am I doing? That to me always pushes me a little harder. I have seen a lot of people kind of fall off of that.
Damn.
So, no, I don't see a lot of them cats anymore.
Okay.
A lot of the guys I was doing this with at first. The music group was actually, we had a DJ that was involved. We had a kid that would do some vocals, more singing stuff. We had another kid named Brick. He was bringing a special thing to it musically, but it's not for everyone. This life is not for everyone to try every day and think about it every day. It'll start driving you fucking crazy.
Have you felt that way? Have you felt crazy?
Absolutely. I am honestly coming out of a slump right now. My pen is on fire, and I'm writing every day, enjoying it again. Yeah. There for a while, for about the last 12, 18 months, I was getting that fear, like a real fear.
Of what?
I got to be honest, man. I've dissected this a fair amount, and it was a succeeding thing, really wanting this music thing to work.
What do you consider succeeding? How do you envision that?
When you go to these shows, man, and there's about 15 people in the room, 12 of them are artists, 3 of them are their girlfriends. No one's dealing with these people. Maybe it's a showcase and they came to see their people. It's a weird event, I'm tired of weird, uncomfortable events. I want them shows where there's at least 100 people in the room.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how people feed families off of this. I got a girlfriend, she's got a baby, and I'm like, oh, how is what I do supposed to get? How do I bridge the gap from where I'm at right now to where I'm not working at a coffee shop and a painting job? I want to put everything I have into this. And it gets a little scary when like all of a sudden my money starts getting a little shorter. I can't put as much into my, whether it be just getting a new run of merch going or getting a good show. I have a show in Boise this weekend at the Neurolux. And I've been tripping all week on how I'm going to even fill my car to get there. You know what I mean? And I'm about 8 years into this, and I understand the grind, so it does inspire me at the same time. I get hungrier, I get to writing again, gives me something to write about. But at the same time, that fear does set in of like, how long is this sustainable do this like this?
So let me ask you something. Like, do you when you write and when you make music, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for the people?
That's also funneled into some of the fear. Like as all I'll notice if I'm writing for other people, I get scared. Like scared is the or fear is a touchy term to use, but for lack of a better one, man, they all feel that when I'm. Those other voices are looking over my shoulder as I write alone in my basement, and that will fuck me up.
Because you want to connect with people.
I do want to connect with people. Audience response is, I mean, what are we doing here?
Right. Yeah.
I don't make this just for me to listen to and no one else.
Right.
Or say, the other day, my dad's like, one of your songs came on my iTunes. And in that moment, I'm like, what are you hearing? What do you think I'm doing? Because he's a perfect example of like,
your dad?
Yeah, my
Okay.
dad's a good example of like how successful is this thing? Because he does not do rap music. He's actually, when I was a kid, did not like. He does the culture.
So he
around-
disapproves.
He does not disapprove. He'll come to shows and he gets down. He is supportive, but at the same time, he's a dad. He'll tell you like, so what are you doing?
Yeah.
I just picked up a new job to get more money going because I can feel. I live with my old man right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I got my studio in the basement. I'll hear from him all the time. Hey, man, turn the beats off. What do you think about headphones? Like, shit like that. But, like, he's a good voice in the back of my head always of, like, what do you really think you're doing?
Is he? Would you consider it the voice of reason?
It's the voice of reason. Sometimes it's the voice that is in my head. Like, sometimes it's the voice of just the lie that you'll tell yourself, like, oh, this isn't working, or this is a bad writing, or someone's attached to that voice. Voices, some things you heard maybe when you were younger as a kid or growing up, or just those things that sit in the back of your mind that kind of fuel and funnel into your fears, I guess.
I feel like for me, and you tell me if this is how sort of you felt or are feeling, because I remember back in the day when I used to make music, right? And my parents would be like, hey man, why are you doing this? Like, where's the end goal? Like, what is it? What is the end goal, right?
Yeah.
And then you start thinking to yourself, like, damn, like they're right. And then not only that, then you get a little bit older, then you feel the pressures of the world, bills. You have to be responsible. Then a little bit further down the road, now you're married, you have kids or whatever. So that's even more pressure.
Yeah.
So it's like I felt like it wasn't fun for me anymore.
Right. Okay.
Do you have fun with this still, or are you trying to have fun with it?
I am again having my fun. That I have. I've forced this pressure on this whole thing, and that like pressure is what's always helped me to get and push it forward. Apply pressure at all times. J. Cole, man, applying pressure, just no days off. Really keep it going. It's the best way to get there. If you're doing 10,000 hours, if you're doing it 8 hours a day, it'll take you about 2 years. Yeah. Kind of thing. So, but that pressure is what also will kill the fun. That will kill the joy. I do know that like I've pushed people away by not letting go a little bit. Friends that were a part of LE, close friends that I had long before we were even doing music. That basement, where we kind of started a lot of this, where we started recording. There for a while, I didn't talk to any of those guys because that tunnel vision will really start to cut people off in a way, and where they needed a friend or just someone to hang out with. Maybe they were dealing with some stuff, and I was just like, the way to get past it is put it into something.
Yeah.
Which I do believe is true, but the fun does get muddied up with pressures or, I always want to have a set list 7 days before the show. Sent to the DJ, done, deal, no worries, I know what I'm doing. And that kind of became a weird point of contention where it's like, yo, we need to be ready. We need to be crisp. Like, we're not rehearsing dance moves. We're not doing all that shit. But
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll get some girls behind me soon.
I got you.
But it does. That tunnel vision will take some of the fun out of it. And if you start building checklists of like, oh, I gotta finish writing this one and then record a couple joints, and then I gotta build a budget for who is gonna mix this for me and get it just right. It'll start to take some of the fun away out of it once you, and then especially, I mean, it's a tale as all this time trying to mix the heart with money.
Yeah.
Will fuck some things up.
Yeah.
So
that shit always does.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think, and that's all just filters. Like, I believe in all these things. As much as they have caused some problems, I also believe that these are filters to get to the next level.
Yep.
And you ever see that thing where Shaq's talking about, like, if you're growing and they're not growing with you, or if they're right there with you, that's all good. But the second they stop and you stop to stay back, you're done.
Yeah.
You can't stop to stay back, man. You have to keep it going. So, to to those like connections that I've had and lost, like the success of where I'm headed will be a totem to that friendship was just as real as the drive to get there, you know.
That's cool. I mean, you don't. I'm pretty sure you probably don't. What's the word? Like you don't. Oh shit! What's the word? Like you don't hold any grudges or nothing because you don't talk to them anymore, or they kind of stay back. Like you just had to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, I got some weird. I hold on to some shit
Yeah?
more than I would like to. Yeah, man. In full honesty, I think that's one thing. It's not a character setback, but it's something I work on. It's something
Okay.
I think about.
Hey, that's the first start of recovery. If you
Yeah,
admitted it,
yeah.
right?
I'm really. This might sound kind of crazy. I'm very aware. I won't lie. I won't act for 1 second like I'm not very aware of how I am.
Admitting it to yourself.
I'm admitting it to myself. I know exactly like my part in a lot of these things. Having said that, there are some people that maybe did like there are some moments where I got done a little strangely and I kind of had to pick up some of the moving pieces to make it seem like it's still a professional operation when two of the artists that are supposed to perform with me just dropped out. And now I got to do it alone. Fine. I'll do that forever.
Yeah.
But I can't be sending emails and tags and everybody, you're on the flyer and then I'm involved. You're kind of putting a hard one on me, or really when it comes down to it, I've dropped texts to people that are like, hey man, I need somebody right now. Are you still like, just call me back. I haven't heard, like never hear from those people.
Yeah.
That one, like that's an actual instance that kind of fucked me up. And I do have a hard time like letting go of that moment or things like that where I do feel like I've been, for lack of a better term, abandoned to just keep it going. And there's still, I'll hear stories from people. Hey man, I saw dude so-and-so the other day. He said he still sees you. I'm like, I haven't seen dude for a year and a half. You know, stuff like that where I will get a little resentful still. I'll still hold on to some of that stuff.
Okay.
Or even new friends where I'm like, shit's getting weird. I can feel it. All right, fine. You keep it. I'll just I'll just do my thing. And I'll hit the basement twice as hard, and then stuff like that. I do hold on to some of that shit, man.
Okay. Hey, I mean,
How about you guys?
Honestly.
You got that, or do you guys have that ability to kind of just ease up and let go of shit? That's a skill, I believe. That's an absolute skill.
yeah, you have to. I feel like you have to because there is things that I hold, but I try to let go, like you.
Yeah.
And eventually I do let go because if I don't, I'm only hurting myself.
It'll eat you alive,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Yeah, big time. Like it's
Finding
not.
a way to get past it.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
good for you at all. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Well, how about you?
I feel like I can let it go.
You always been like that?
I feel like I have. Yeah.
Good, bro.
And I feel like it might be in my head, like
Okay.
if I see them, but it's like it's not really, it's not affecting me. Like
That's
it did at the
huge.
moment, right?
That's huge, yeah.
But now
Yeah.
it's not. So it's like
A lot of people have a
really-
hard time like existing in their own skin when all that stuff re-arises.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
this guy's very calm. Like in
feel
situations, like he's a calm ass dude, and I like me too. I'm calm because I'm trying to assess the situation, but he does a way better job than me.
Okay.
Like
Of assessing or staying
assessing
calm?
situations or both.
Okay.
At the
Yeah.
same time. Like you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like
good.
okay, what's
Hell yeah.
what's happening right now? You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
then yeah, but yeah, when it comes to holding grudges, I try not to, and majority of the time, like I don't. There's you really have to do some shitty ass shit to me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me to hold a
Yeah.
grudge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And, okay, so what type of style of rap would you say you have, bro?
It's not my term to use. I did not coin this. This is a Kendrick Lamar term from like from some old albums, pre Section 80 type stuff. Overly dedicated is
Okay.
where I know the term from. Human music. It's just human music. I'm not like there are songs that I sing on, but I'm not really singing. I'm just kind of carrying the cadence. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm not like a singer,
Right.
but there's singing in there.
Yeah.
It's not really poppy, but sometimes there's some auto tune. I hate to, and that's for the flavor rather than a crutch to lean on.
Got you.
But human music, man, I'm just letting things out most of the time. I'm
You're
just
venting.
letting shit out.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm venting, or I'll have some kind of braggadocious shit, but it kind of comes from that same place where it's a little, I don't want to say funny, but it's fun.
Right.
It's fun and loose and enjoyable.
well, that's part of the culture as well,
Absolutely.
right? Part
Yeah,
of, you know,
huge. Yeah, huge. Even if you're like the baby doing like pop,
yeah.
he's the closest thing we have to like maybe gangster rap right now that's pop gangster rap rather than
Oh,
I'd
okay,
say-
okay.
you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
rather
Yeah,
than
yeah.
like actual really dudes that are really hitting it and recording. That's a whole faction of reality.
Yeah,
you know? But we're talking about like someone that's like the baby, where he's really having fun. It's fun, like that. It might not all of his joints are my favorite kind of thing,
Right.
But dude is having fun.
Yeah.
People at his shows are having fun, dog. Like real fun. So that's a huge part of it for me. Is trying to.
I feel like that's like Luda, right? 'Cause
Luda,
Luda was
bro,
having
king of
fun
that.
with all
King.
that stuff. Yeah.
Unspoken. I'll say this to everyone till the day I die. That dude should be on people's lists. That
Yeah,
dude
that's
should be
true.
on
Yeah.
people's fucking lists.
Yeah.
There is not another dude that touches down on that thing that he did. Man, Luda's the shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he
yeah.
has his own. He has his own. He set a mark.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, hell yeah.
in hip hop.
Hell
I agree with that.
Dude.
I agree with that.
It's special person. Getting involved in like corny ass movies and shit will fuck it up because he is one of the best writers I think ever.
Well, I mean, when you say corny ass movies, are you talking about Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, man, that's the corniest shit I've ever seen in my whole life, and it's cool. And I'll throw one on, smoke a blunt, and watch it. That's cool.
Nah, you think in my opinion, I think what fucked Luda up was making a song with Justin Bieber.
That'll fuck it up.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, I don't
Hell
think so.
yeah.
At
Bro.
first I thought that, but nah.
What?
It's
It's a cool song,
no, it is.
but just the message? Come on.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying?
On a song where pretty much only teenage girls are listening to, it is a weird moment for his resume. That's for sure. Yeah.
Like, bro.
But maybe Justin Bieber wanted him on it. He said, "Hey, I'll pay you."
Was
He's like, "All right, I
Luda
got
a
you."
big part of the Justin Bieber come up thing, or was that just all Usher stuff? That was Usher.
That-
right?
That was
was
Usher.
just
That was
Usher
Usher.
deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do think that Fast and the Furious kind of like
Messed them up.
but not the first one. Just it kept continuing
as
and
they keep
continuing.
going,
It's like, come on, hey.
to where like you can get punched in the face and get knocked out, and then the same dude could like punch through a brick wall. It's
Yeah.
like that should have taken your head off. But like Luda's just in the background smiling, hanging out, cracking jokes. Like that's all. But chasing the bag will fuck up the craft.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
that's
Like
true.
if you separate them too far. I
That's
think.
true.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, chasing the bag, I mean, of course, I think everyone is, right?
Oh yeah.
At some point or another.
Yeah,
But is there a limit to what someone does? You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, chasing the bag messes up the craft.
It can. It depends how you're categorizing it all. But yeah, I mean, if you're. You guys ever listen to that last album he put out, Ludaversal?
yeah.
He's got that joint called "The Grass Is Always Greener."
Yeah.
He kind of addresses like taking time away from this to get into the movies. Did some movies and started missing my rap shit. Did some rap shit, started missing the movies,
Yeah.
like kind
Yeah.
of thing like that.
Yeah.
So I think if you're not really doing the rap thing every single day with your ear to the ground on what is new sound and what your personal sound is, and trying to find a way to keep it all in one atmosphere, you will get a little bit disconnected. And then, he went from throwing out those great albums that were like fun and funny. They were full of skits. That's an environment that you could be a part of, head, eyes closed. Like that was the special thing. To just becoming a feature guy to help, Justin Bieber's and Nicki Minaj's. And that to me, I'll stop returning to your page. And I don't mean socials. I'll stop going to your iTunes page.
Wow.
It'll just kind of I don't want to see corny cover arts from other people's stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You get the Drake effect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
where you're kind of like, fucking, come on, like you are sick. Stay doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing all this corny
yeah.
shit.
That's
You
true.
guys excited for this new Drake?
The new Drake?
Yeah.
Honestly,
You guys- you
I
do this?
haven't been listening to Drake like his
Okay.
albums or nothing like.
Word.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna be honest.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
No, well, I know that he posted something about like if you loved all his old stuff, you're really gonna love this album.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm a little more excited.
That's what he
I
said.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
That's what he said,
Because
so-
I was a big fan of him when he first came out.
Okay,
not
word.
like a huge fan, but yeah, I was a fan,
follow.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I don't know. After a while, I was just like, yeah, he's not for me. Like,
Yeah, it was the most like corporate engineered guy ever, but it was also the most corporate flawless music, half written by Wayne, half written by Young Money. You know what I mean? That was maybe one of the best closed doors groups on the planet at that time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really put out a bad product.
Yeah,
like they
that's
were
true.
putting out flawless. It didn't have to be Drake. They could have put someone else in that booth.
Yeah.
Well, so if this sounds kind of like or feels kind of like some of that old stuff, that'll be cool. He's so fascinating to me. He's a fascinating dude in the sense of like, we all love and hate him in a way. You know what I mean?
Well, I think he, like, for me, I think he fell off a little bit after all this, the lovey-dovey, at least for me, in my opinion, and for my ear. But I mean, but he would still, you know, of course, he always has those bangers in there.
Always.
He's a great artist.
Yeah,
period.
definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
That's what it is.
He's maybe the best studio recording artist.
Yeah.
He is absolutely flawless crisp, I think. Like, he's doing exactly what he wants to be doing. He knows it's going to work.
Yeah.
Because that formula is so honed in. If it bangs, it bangs. If it's for ladies to listen to, they will love it.
Yeah.
They all, like, I don't love most of the stuff he does. I don't like his clothes. I don't like his voice. I don't like his album, like, procedures. I don't love, like, a bunch of pregnant baby emoji thing.
Yeah.
I think it's corny. But
Yeah.
also, you listen to the instrumentals. You listen to how flawlessly perfect he is.
Yeah.
There is so much to learn just from watching.
So you growing up, who were you listening to? You know, besides Ludacris?
Luda was heavy because that's just fun. Like, he's just there. If you want to click on that and have a good time, like, it's always ready. My first love in all music, like, your parents growing up, parents are just playing shit. Music's just in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
The first thing that grabbed me like a lightning bolt was Ice Cube.
Okay.
Ice Cube was I think I was like 10 years old. And my brother Cody sat me in his car in a Solera, and he played Ice Cube's "Here He Come" full volume and spit every word to me. You know when someone really breaks one down for you while it's playing?
Yeah.
That changed my fucking life. Just hearing that one. That song changed my life.
What at this time, you know, because you kind of said your dad wasn't into hip hop, or you know, were you allowed to listen to that type of music, or were you not?
We have different dads.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have one full blood sibling. That's my sister Hallie, and she is the coldest of all of us. And then I have two older brothers, Cody and Cam. They got the different pops.
When you say coldest, what do you mean?
She's stiff, man. She's more strong than the rest of us, and she's fun. She's funny. She's just the best. She's the best of all of us.
Gotcha.
She's got 3 brothers, and she's hard as nails.
I got
For
you.
lack of a better term, she is hard, dude.
Hell yeah.
Dope.
So, but yeah, I could generally listen to whatever I wanted. I don't think I was really buying, like, I wasn't coming home with CDs that said parental advisory and all that. So if I'm just rolling with my brothers, I'm listening to that, or I'm throwing stuff on. Man, I still have my brother's iPod video, like the first thick old one. It's just a relic. It's an artifact that lives in my studio now.
Yeah, that's tight.
So, but no, I wasn't really, throwing on Marshall Mathers LP around my dad. That was more of like I had a split up family. So when things started, my parents divorced when I was like 3. So, it always kind of felt like split personalities. Like my mom's side of the family was a lot more rough around the edges. My dad's family had, somewhat religious background. My dad's not really religious, but he held a lot of heavier standards. And
Mormon?
yeah, my dad's family was. He never was growing up, but I mean, he was when he was little, but once he had a chance to really throw some elbows around and say, I'm not going anymore, he stopped going. But you know how that system funnels into each kid, and then my dad wanted his parents to enjoy his kids' company and so on. So, but my mom's family were drinking and smoking and getting loose. My brothers are fucking wild. So I would have these split things where it's like I wasn't really playing hip-hop around my dad.
Gotcha.
I'll play this game in my head where it's like I can name an item and say which side of my person it lives on.
Right.
Video games, mom's house.
Yeah.
Brush my teeth, dad's house. You know what I mean? Like anything, headphones, brothers, moms. Like I can apply any item to this almost split reality that I lived in growing up, which, made me who I am today. Looking back on it, and as I develop as like my own man, for sure, I love both parts. Yeah. But I'd say 18 years old to 25, trying to figure out how to smash these two brains together and make everybody happy and not upset people. I was the youngest kid, so I was always kind of getting tossed around back and forth, busy schedules, and what are we going to do with Wes kind of deal would kind of made me feel like a ping pong ball a little bit.
You're Malcolm in the middle.
Yeah, man. So eventually, like, I've been kind of on my own since I was like 17, 18. Supportive family, but just with all the madness of My pop started drinking when I was like 12, and it really shifted everything.
Damn.
So it kind of put me in my house with my mom. My mom worked multiple jobs, one of the hardest working people I've ever known. Maybe number one, truly. I mean, she's always done nails. She got another job. She always seems to live on the other end of the Wasatch Front than where her work location is. So she's always bustling.
Traveling, yeah.
So I'm with the brothers.
Yeah.
So as I'm with the brothers and that ruckus world starts infiltrating me, that kind of seemed to be the side I shaded towards. It was fun. It's fucking fun, man. Hip hop environment is fun. My brothers were fun. They were drinking and partying. There was always girls at the house, always just music and late nights and all that. So, yeah, that's kind of how it all ended
Were
up.
you drinking?
My brothers would not ever let me drink, but
did you? I mean,
The environment-
my parents never let me drink.
I would grab some.
But I would
right?
grab some,
so
exactly.
shit like that, where it's like, and then when I was 12, like my dad started drinking. So like, and I didn't know my dad was an alcoholic, like since he was young, really young. So when he started drinking, it was a real problem. It was a full relapse. He'd been sober for like 9 years, I think. Yeah. And then when he fell off, I mean, shit got wild.
Damn.
So I really stayed with the bros like for years. When I was probably 12 to 17, 18,
So
it was just me.
Is that what you're saying? You went to different schools?
Yeah, I mean,
What schools did you go to?
I grew up right around the corner, man, going to Highland Park Elementary.
Okay.
All the way through 6th grade, and then 7th grade, I went to Wasatch Junior High.
Okay.
8th grade, I went to North Ogden Junior High, and then Hillside Middle School back in Salt Lake, because my dad would stop drinking. I'd move in with him. He'd start drinking again. Beginning in 9th grade, I'm back in North Ogden. End of 9th grade, I'm back in Salt Lake. Sophomore year of high school, I did up in Weber High. Junior year, I started at Weber High, went to Highland High. Dad fell off a little bit, and now I'm back in Ogden. I graduated from Morgan High School, which is completely separate from all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How was it, bro? Making friends and having
Tough,
to leave.
man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I always seem to hang out with older people. Like my brother's environment was, I was kind of forced to grow up quick. So having super social circle. I bring friends home. They'd be hanging out with me and my brothers, and they would either get like kind of scared away. Sometimes they'd be like, "What the fuck?" And their parents wouldn't let them come back, stuff like that. Or sometimes my brothers would be like, "Man, that kid is a fucking square. Stop bringing him over." Or like, if I move back down to Dad's house, it's not really an environment to immediately be bringing friends over. I'd be trying to reconnect with people that I was friends with, like growing up, and it didn't seem to work. Like we just never really sank back in. So as I would go school to school, it was mostly just me doing the thing and just kind of going through the motions. I did not really care about school at all, just because I wasn't a good student then. But once I found like music or something to obsess about, I'll get really into it. But yeah, making friends through it all was not really like a priority until looking back. I do see kind of like almost the sad part of me at the time. I kind of feel the sadness that I was feeling when I was maybe 17, 18, with a real small social circle. At the same time, moving up to Ogden was kind of the other world that I didn't have too many friends in. That was kind of where my brothers were and my mom's side of the family, and we would just always be doing that.
Right.
But once it came full circle, the friends that I have that have really lasted are all from when I was about 15, and I moved up to Ogden. And I touched down with a couple people that were a lot more like me in a way.
Yeah.
And that's where I'd say most of my long-term friends really stem from. I got some friends from childhood down in the Shugs area. I got a couple left, but we don't do it like, really get down, hang out, smoke one, talk about bullshit about dumbass Drake or whatever, anything. Like I don't get a chance to touch down with them like that.
We're talking about smoking. When's the first time you smoked?
Young, man. I was like 13.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, real young. And it was never, no one was handing me stuff. If they always told me like, don't, like the term that my brothers would always say, do what we say, do not do what we do. Do not do this.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be that. I wanted to be like them, man. They were the coolest motherfuckers on the planet. So I would grab things, take things. There's shit everywhere, man. So I'd say there'd be a party and there's girls everywhere. I would grab something and go sneak off and drink it and bring a cup back. I was way under the radar. No one paid attention to me, so I never really cared about drinking too much. I tried a couple drinks when I was like, someone would be like, yeah, taste of beer. I never gave a fuck about any of
Yeah.
that.
You're like, this is nasty. Huh?
First time I smoked was I kind of smoked alone, and it was crazy.
Was
it? Was
it?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And my brothers, they never really knew too much about it. Like, and no one knew. It was kind of a me thing. I was way too young, didn't smoke for a couple years. It wasn't like a thing. It was like just a weird moment. And then when I smoked weed again when I was like 15.
Okay.
Smoked a blunt in a massive circle of people way older than me. And my brothers turned around, they were like, what the fuck? Who passed him that? What are we doing? Like, they'd been really trying to not have me be involved. And then that was kind of how it started. It was just like one-offs, and then I started getting into my own weed head around 18 or so.
Okay.
So then, go ahead.
16.
Is that something that you kind of like to speak about in your music?
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the music's definitely smoky, right around to it. Smoke one, two, you know, while I'm doing the same sort of thing. Sure. Yeah.
No, I think it's the cleaning lady.
Sheesh.
Yeah, cool. Man, so you know, in school, like when or who was the first people that you showed your music to? Was it like your friends at school? Was it your family? And if you did show it to your friends at school, at what age? And you know, tell us a little bit about that.
When I was finishing, where I would have like a file to play for people, was after school. And by then I didn't have a huge social circle. So the people that were around me doing music, bouncing files, stealing beats from YouTube, those were all just the people that I was in the room with. I'd say we were 18. We were just kind of getting out of high school. I had one friend, shout out Big Teague. He was putting out projects when like his senior year in high school. And he was actually like doing it. And people were paying attention and so on. But no, it was never like too much of a social thing. By the time I had like, I don't know, 30 songs or something was the first time I started putting out Don't Listen to My Mixtape. Okay. I probably had 20 or 30 songs by the time I put that out. I think I was like 19.
Okay.
And then just been smashing out things ever since. I'm actually working on Don't Listen to My Mixtape 2 right now. And I'm having fucking fun, man.
Don't Listen to My Mixtape
Part 2, man.
After how many years?
That was 2017, I think.
Okay.
So, I don't know. However many that is. 7?
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
7 to 2024, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute staying at it. I'm kind of duo work. With so much pressure, I'm creating a project that's called Troubled Youth, actually.
Okay.
And wanting it to be this flawless, like, story of this kid who kind of came from, I wouldn't say too sheltered. My dad's pretty rough around the edges himself, but when everything really got crazy around 12 years old, where I'm, like, living with brothers and both my parents are on their own thing, that's kind of the inspiration of when it all sparks off. Seeing as much fun as you can really romanticize it. There was some rough. I saw a lot of things I shouldn't have seen at really young ages.
For sure. Yeah.
Whether it be like around my brothers or off my parents. And that's kind of what it's all about. Is when that glass kind of shattered. I've kind of been out there on my own for a long time. My family's around. They're all great, but resources. So my family doesn't have like tremendous resources.
Yeah.
So everything I've kind of worked this up to is just built off the skin of hard work to it. So Troubled Youth, I'm working on Troubled Youth while I work on this Don't Listen to My Mixtape too. That's providing me, I've had this tunnel vision on Troubled Youth that's kind of caused some personal strife, and it's pulling things out of me that I didn't know were in there. Sadnesses or madnesses, really.
Shit.
Yeah, and then I had like kind of a weird breakup right when I was really understanding what this project was. That stirred up a whole new set of things where I didn't know what was living inside. And until you become 25-ish, that's a whole new demographic of realizing like what you were doing as a kid and the things you saw, like the things you maybe thought were funny aren't so fucking funny. So having that happen and that pressure and all the fears that we're talking about, I don't want to perform this album to an empty room. I don't want to release this music on deaf ears.
Saying. Okay.
That's where a lot of my fear comes from, because this is a great project. I have really, really good songs. My writing is at an all-time high. Songwriting style, not just connection to my pen, and not just... I've really learned how to write music and connect to people or connect to self and put it out. Brother Ali, I took a writing class with Brother Ali last year, and he said, what's most personal is what's most universal. So that was a huge inspiration for the Troubled Youth project. I would lose, it's got its ups and downs. There's a lot of sad and mad shit in there. So Don't Listen to is fun, man.
Do you, like
having fun.
when it comes to the fear part, like, okay, so and you want people to listen to this song or this album, marketing. What are your marketing strategies? Do you have any? Are you working on that?
I just want this thing to have a chance, man. Like marketing strategies. First and foremost, without a good product, no.
Okay.
The product comes first always. My marketing is decent. I think I do have a couple projects. I put out a project called Trail that I put. There was a graphic with every song. There was music videos with, shout out Yudo. That dude's the fucking
Yudo.
truth.
Yeah,
Yudo's the fucking man. He helped me make a video to my song Thrive, which really fucking helped.
Yeah.
All these things that really, like, I'll put it all into this album. But in the world of social media, it's like you need a news crew to trend on anything. I can't afford all that, so I don't. That's another kind of a fear wall where I'm like, how am I going to get this thing out there with 100 million people to just endlessly swipe past? I don't look at anyone's shit anyway.
Yeah.
I don't look at any artist page. If I get a sponsored ad, I'm like, get out of get away. Like, even, you could have a really great thing, and that I don't like to look at your sponsored ads.
Why is that?
I don't know. I wonder sometimes that's like just from if I'm in the same industry as this person, I'm like, all right, give me some elbow space. Like, fuck off a little bit.
Yeah.
But there is also the other side of me that's like, oh shit, this video looks good. I want something like that. I can't afford that. I can swipe away. What am I going to dissect a thing that I can never learn from yet?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But for the most part, like the marketing thing comes from, I think that's definitely the hardest part. I think management, agents, people that really get you in front of people are huge. Like this is awesome. Even just to come in here and do this, like you guys have a platform, man. So stuff like right here, this is the marketing process right here. Real people, hand to hand, face to face. This is the shit. This is my marketing right here. Looking people in the fucking eyes. You know what I mean?
Good looking out on that, but at the same time, I feel like you're consistent with your stuff. You be dropping a lot of music.
Yeah. I've got a good amount of stuff out, and then when there's a little gap in me putting something out, it's because I'm stacking more music to bang.
Do you like to put out albums and not singles, or how do you like?
I love the journey of an album. I'm an album listening to. I go from one to the end if I'm listening to shit. Did you guys listen to Big Crit much?
Yeah,
He put out that album, Digital Roses Don't Die. My brother put me on. I mean, I always fuck with Crit. I hadn't quite got to it yet, and he's like, quit fucking around, get involved. And I listened to it, and it is a beautiful, it's one song. You know what I mean? I obsess with that idea of like this whole thing is one joint.
Hey.
But I have put out singles. I like them okay. For the most part, I am putting out like works at a time. They're parts of my brain that I'm like working out in sections. And when I can hone one in and get it into a baseball and throw that thing to somebody, that's an easier version than me just having a single baseball. Like a baseball isn't a single for me. I need something to really throw at you. Especially in the world of marketing. It seems to me easier to build off multiple ideas and put that out than it is for just like club banger type music. Have another one. Have another one. Have another. College approach kills me, bro.
You mentioned that, like, there's been times where people kind of let you down, that you were performing with two people and they didn't show up, right? So that tells me right there that you collaborated with people. Is that a fear though? Like collabing with people? Like, do you ever get into that like mind state where you kind of like, damn, these motherfuckers are gonna let me down or something?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when it's like, say I got a friend, Kenai Reyna. That dude will pull through. There's people I can hit up and then give them their own little verse to work on. He's got his own little he's got his own real estate in the song to do his thing. That's not up to me. I know he'll send me the file or whatever. Things like that. There are people I can count on to do things, but there was also, like I had an engineer that I was working with really heavily. I sent him the Pick Your Poison project that I put out last year, and I could tell he wasn't working on it. He really did kind of drop the ball on me in a way that I wrote him back and was like, hey man, what happened to this album? Like, this sounds crazy. And we had a bit of a falling out off of the back end of that one. I had to pay him in full for work that he did, because that is his actual profession. He's got a company with the LLC and the whole thing. I had to fulfill that invoice to end up paying someone else to do the album anyway. Man. Things like that. Yeah, that was a real problem. I mean, I had a half down payment. I'm not naming no names, but I had a half down payment. I didn't not like how it came back. And he's like, well, we can do revisions and stuff. I'm like, I can tell you're not doing the work. Like, so no. And then he's like, well, I did fulfill my side of it, whether you agree or not. You got to fulfill this invoice. And it ate me up a little bit, but I will never have someone say like, yeah, he doesn't pay people. I'll never have. So I fulfilled that invoice and I paid the next man to help me get the job done. But I will have some falling outs in that instance. Me and that dude aren't really working together anymore. We haven't really talked since. Or when it comes down to like, I've had some dropped ball on some things. Less has to do with money, but more moments. Yeah.
Well, okay. So then, like, being out here in Utah for all these years, because you were born and raised here, like, you've seen kind of like the movement, kind of grow, right? The hip hop movement.
I have a special view from the ground up. I've watched it for a long time.
So what has changed and what has not changed in your perspective?
A huge thing that's changed, like, and this is still kind of in there. I think it's more like a romanticized thing of, say, like Ogden versus Salt Lake rap. Those worlds collide now. That's a whole thing. We all fuck with each other. It's a massive support system between the artists. Also,
and it wasn't before.
No, there was real. People did not like each other back in the day. When I was 10 or 12, when my brothers were really doing it. I mean, there's still people now where I'll go to a show, my brother will roll with me, and they'll see some cats from back in that time, and there is weirdness. Like they still have stuff that lingers. So that's the stuff that's changed. I think is that this younger generation, people that I don't know, will absolutely see what I'm up to and give me juice, for lack of a better term. They'll give it up, like, and I'll give it back to them, or I'll give it up in the first place. You guys had him on, Zach Ivy.
Oh, yeah.
That dude, I met Ivy just through a cat named Earthworm, an Ogden guy. So Ivy and Earthworm, they worked together. I was cool with Earthworm. I opened up for Earthworm on an album release. Zach Ivy was on the same show. Now me and Ivy, we dapped up that night, and we've been pretty friendly ever since, man. That dude is Ivy's the shit.
Yeah, he's cool, man. He's cool,
enough
bro.
said, right?
Yeah.
As we all,
Shout out to my guy.
Shout out Ivy and the Get It Right team. Those guys are sick. So like we can all actually more than be in the same room. I can get a feature from Zach Ivy, and he's gonna kill that shit, and we can move, stuff like that. Things that haven't changed is the fact that there's not an industry in Utah for entertainment. Period. We're building it. We're a part. There was foundational groundwork from the generation before, but you'd be hard pressed to name a name of someone that was getting it from 7, 8, 10 years ago from that generation that is doing it right now. And if they are, they might still have a day job. I'd be hard pressed to name someone that got to that next level. I don't think anyone out of Utah has ever really had strong management, a strong team. And especially now in the generation of like promoters actually expect me to provide the whole venue's worth of people when you're not promoting. Like they think, oh, we'll send the artists all flyers and they'll bring the people. What is your fucking job then? What is your fucking job? Like it's not up to me to turn out a venue. Yeah. I am a performing artist. I have my section. Your job is a full job.
Yeah.
That's why. So the industry for it is kind of fucked up a little bit around here, where it's like, the best shows are when someone from out of town comes here. I can hit up, say, Live Night Entertainment. Those guys are the shit. I can hit up Sartain and Sanders. Those guys are the shit. You can hit up one of these companies and you can fuck around and get on an opening slot. And those are the best ones where it's like, because that's when they choose to promote. That's a problem. That's a real problem because now they're just using me to bring an extra 150, 200 people to that thing.
Yeah.
That's a problem, man. You need to be doing, like, promoters need to be doing that.
Yeah.
Taking out, maybe whether it's social media ads, in-person ads, I don't know. But when it comes down to a show that they want to push, they do it. If they got tickets to sell, they will. But it has absolutely nothing to do with one of us on the ground level right here. That's a huge thing that is not changed.
That you've seen.
Absolutely. If they want to push an event, they will.
So,
but if they don't want to, they'll give us flyers and say, "Where's all the people?" Like, I am not. That's not my job, man.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. That's not how it's ever worked.
Have you ever confronted a promoter about this?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been conversations for sure.
And what's their response?
It's not a great response usually.
It's not?
No. Like, I got a hard time from an entertainment company. I showed up to kind of a hole in the wall venue. I can't remember what this place was called. It was all concrete. It's a big warehouse. You guys ever been in this one? It's downtown-ish, not too downtown. Shit, man, there's graffiti.
Is it on the corner?
Everywhere. No, it's in like a warehouse building almost.
But is the warehouse in the corner?
Yeah. Yep.
Is there parking? Like you could park in front of it like this, like
Mm-hmm.
I know, but
They
I
have
know.
I can
doors
never
and all
remember.
that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You get in there and it's nothing but graffiti.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
graffiti.
Yeah.
In a concrete warehouse with no foam, in the worst situation. I pull up. They reached out to me to be a part of this. I get there, I show up. It's me, the dude I'm opening for, and the dude that's opening for me. My girlfriend at the time was there. One other kid that's running the booth, and then the girl at the door I've never spoke to. It's got nothing to do with me. Is where's all your people? And I said, I knew the show was gonna be like this. There's 4 other people here. You expected you're giving me a hard time to throw the whole show?
Yeah.
You asked me to be here. You didn't say, so shit like that where I remember in the moment, I'm like, so who did you bring?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the promoter. You're asking me, where's my people? Okay, fine. I'll take that hit. Where's your people? Not one. It's just the performing artists here, huh? What the fuck is your job?
That's they're
amazing.
promoters.
Yeah, your job.
They promote.
That's your job, man.
That's crazy.
It says it
is
on your
crazy.
name, huh?
It is crazy.
Yeah.
If you sent me the flyer, you better fucking post it.
Yeah.
You better post it multiple times. Because, like, you know what people listening to an artist don't want to see? Your show flyer 15 times. If they're coming, they're coming.
Yeah.
And they will. And if I'm pushing it, they'll come. If I activate my base, they'll fucking be there. That's
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah.
If they're not all here, it's because I didn't push the show.
Yeah.
I get at least one every month minimum, usually 3 or 4. I try to always have bookings at all times, staying hot. When someone calls my phone from the next level, I'm ready.
Oh, so you are getting bookings. You are
Absolutely.
Okay.
I get bookings all the time, and I push them, and I promote them, and I do my part.
That's
But
dope.
when I show up to shows and there's 15 people in this bitch, I do get nervous and I do get edgy, and those voices over the back of my shoulders start funneling in, and I'm wondering, what the fuck am I doing in Funk and Dive with 22 people? 3 of them are playing pool, 2 of them are bartenders, there's 6 of us performing. What the fuck? This is not what I do.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I get fucking after it.
Yeah.
I don't post on socials.
Yeah.
Like, I do, but I don't push on socials. I'm not an influencer.
Yeah.
I'm not a content creator. Fuck all that, man. We do music for real.
Yeah.
We do for real music for real.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to all that
Do
other
you
stuff, I
think-
get a little annoyed.
Do you think? I mean,
Let me keep it clear. Live night entertainment, real entertainment companies that are throwing shows, they get after it. I'm talking about kind of other folks on that note.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I totally get that, but do you think like people's attention span is so like now short that's kind of affecting you as well?
Absolutely.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you're so real, like in the sense of when it comes to your music, like you're making albums.
Yeah.
To you know what I'm saying, whole albums that
Yeah.
people are not really gravitating towards.
No one
that.
wants to see a music video anymore.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
turning your phone sideways to what? That ain't happening.
You
bro.
have to do TikTok dances.
You have to dance, bro. I don't fucking dance, bro. I don't dance.
You're
bro.
not Chris Brown, bro.
I don't bust. No, dude. I saw some bullshit scrolling through my fucking phone about an hour before I came here. It said Chris Brown says he got 15,000 unreleased songs.
Oh, yeah.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
Repost my album cover art. Don't post live. Like, what are we doing? This is what people are losing their attention to.
Yeah.
That
So-
will drive me crazy.
I heard that music videos are becoming like
Obsolete, bro.
Yeah. Well, but I also heard that people should start making music videos. Artists should start making music videos, but for content, not for just to release a music
Yeah.
video. Would you agree with that or?
I don't love it, but I mean, society dictates the rules. I don't decide. It's not up to me. I don't make the rules. You know what I mean?
But is it society or is it these platforms like Instagram that only allow you to post a minute and something seconds, or YouTube, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if you
post a 1 minute long video, people are getting like 4 seconds into it. Scrolling. Yeah. I swear you can see the stats. People don't make it 20 seconds, dude. It's terrifying in that way of like, okay, well, what if the hardest part of the verse is the last 4 bars? It's kind of how it's supposed to be. Like, it's not supposed to be the hardest, but god damn it, those are better connect.
Yeah.
Well, people don't even get halfway through the first intro. So it is what it is. Those aren't challenges as much as apply pressure in those right areas. I don't have budgets to be filming 8 videos with some, like, I've been reaching out to videographers. You can tell them, all right, man, I want like 10 8-second videos. You're getting charged half a music video price to set up and do that 8 seconds because it's still going to take that much time for them. They got to come, they got to set up, they got files and equipment and all that shit. They're not going to do it for $50. Yeah. No one's got time for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a real hard time hitting up Udo and be like, hey, man, like, let's fraction out my thing and put more work in your hands to get more bang for my buck. I won't do that to Udo. Yeah. But I have offered, like, high amounts of money for like 4 fucking reels that people are gonna scroll past. Yeah. And then and that's okay. I understand that, like, the rules are not dictated by me. Apply to them. If you can fit into the program people are doing, you can do it. But for the most part, it's setting up your phone right there and then doing this thing with some little like questionnaire. What cartoon character are you from the 90s? I don't have time for that, man. Yeah. I don't have time to be setting up phones and pressing record and editing shit. And I that drives me nuts. Having said it, if you see me post something, I do all my social media stuff alone.
Okay.
I was who's that dude? Damn, that rapper. Santos took a picture with him at the airport. Damn it, man.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
I forgot his name. But anyways, like, I heard that he was doing some shit on Instagram or something or TikTok, I think, where people are sending him money and stuff, and then like he's doing like, they send him like an emoji of like a cowboy hat.
Oh, bro, and, don't get me going on this shit. That shit is so annoying.
I don't know how people have like time to sit there and watch that shit,
dude.
Like, that shit's stupid.
Who's watching that, really? Who's really watching and putting
and sending money?
You're fucking nuts to put money to that, dude.
Bro, but also girls are doing this shit too, though. Yeah. You know, on OnlyFans and shit, they do this shit.
They're going off. It's no surprise. It's no new thing. Women tend to drive these industries, and men apply themselves to it, right?
Yeah.
Drake is a flawless example of, like, women dictate the market. That's always been the deal, right?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Well, yeah, bro, because like
you start doing what them girls do on TikTok, you're gonna have a new fucking problem, and it's not gonna be music related.
Man, some girls post a picture and they get like thousands of likes. Yeah. I post a picture and I get befriended, negative befriends. Like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck, man? I do. Like, that's messed up.
I do. I think it's crazy, man, to see like kind of the ways it's turned in that way.
Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy.
But you know, like, you posted one? Yeah, I posted. Now we're -0. We're negative.
I'm gonna go and follow you too.
No, bro, but like it sucks, right? But at the same time, I think it only makes us better because now we have to be more creative.
You got to be better. Yeah. Don't be bitter, man.
Yeah,
be better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Be fucking better.
That's right.
If it's not working, you can't point fingers, man.
Nah.
Especially in the world of like, if you can just set up an iPhone and get it, what's your excuse not to kind of thing? Yeah. That's one of my least favorite things to hear, but like, you better be trying on social medias.
Yeah.
If you're a TikTok rapper, I'm not getting involved. You know what I mean? Who's going to be booking these people? You can book a TikTok artist? Nah, man. I'm here for live shows.
Well,
I hope I don't get to that.
They're also not only that.
Me too, bro.
What are they saying about AI? And now AI, now you could program Tupac's voice and Nate Dogg's voice or whatever. And there's a song by them that I think is dope. That AI made it.
Shit gotta go.
Hey, bro, it does now, right?
You're hearing like Kendrick spitting Kanye bars, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
shit.
It's right?
Fucking hard.
So it's like someone brought up a good point. They're like, man, a lot of these people are now listening to songs from AI from artists that they wish that they were here, and like, yeah, I could go with this, and it's like fuck everybody else.
Yeah. You could imitate them, but you could never be popular.
Yeah, you
know
can
what I
never
mean?
duplicate
So
them. Yeah,
I'll be like, fuck, this is kind of, and then I'll remind myself like,
this ain't
this is
it.
imitations.
But like
this is imitation.
and
Vanilla.
like,
this ain't extract.
it brings that nostalgia back. Like, damn, like that.
If they were here,
If they were here, like,
that's what it sound
fuck,
like.
you know what I'm saying? Anyways,
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean, man.
yeah, bro, it's a trip. But anyways,
When you're kind of like you said, you got out of the slump of creating music. What were you doing?
I would sit and stare at blank papers.
nah.
Nothing's coming. Nothing would come up. Nothing would come out. It's mostly because I'm hearing or feeling people looking over my shoulders at my paper. I'll write a line. That's fucking whack. I'll write a thing. That's fucking whack. And now first thing comes to mind, I'm writing that bitch down, and there will be a 16 off the back of it. Like, I'm enjoying letting things out now to where it was like there was a full shield wall keeping everything in. I was getting, I was going through personal shit, like heavy personal shit.
Yeah.
And as I've always done, I would just put it into the music. For the first time, it kind of fought me back. My pen has never ceased movement before. It was fucking scary. It was terrifying. And so my pen is, I'm not pushing hard on the paper anymore. I write lightly and smooth. I'm not gripping my pen tight. There are weird moments like that where I'll realize I'm anxious. I want to get it out, and I'll start getting ahead of myself. And I just need to sit in that pocket and be a part of what I'm doing rather than trying to be a part of something else or letting other things be a part of it.
I see.
Yeah, man.
Damn. So are you type that have to write it down? Because I know, you were speaking about Drake. I heard he's on the BlackBerry all the time.
I wonder if that shit's true.
I don't,
I don't believe he wrote a fucking word from the first one till now sometimes. But then again, he's got some credentials.
that's true. They're saying that he didn't write most of the stuff, right?
Dude was on Degrassi.
Yeah, I remember that.
He wasn't but that was first couple projects, man.
Yeah.
Were so Lil Wayne, so Young Money. It was all it was so Wayne.
There was another one. He was out West. What's his name?
Oh man, you don't know.
No, I know. Shit, I'm fucking up.
Just a fun game. Describe it.
He's a British dude. He's a British radio host.
Westwood.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Westwood. And I knew it was a West. And he like read his lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, they told him freestyle. He's all like, "This is freestyling."
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like,
yeah.
There
I
is
remember
plenty
that.
of evidence to show this dude is reading rather than writing.
Yeah. So do you take people, or do you take a little bit of their rapping credit? You know, do you minimize it a little bit because of the fact that they write their shit and not freestyle it? What is a MC to you?
MC is that's totally, for me personally, a totally separate thing than even music.
Okay.
I mean, anyone if you're running ceremonies, that shit is fascinating to me.
Okay.
Whether it be a religious ceremony, whether it be a history lesson, or a soccer mom huddling people in and running the ceremony to get it going, call it a day, and get everybody out. That's a ceremony.
Okay.
Ceremony is something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nothing is sacred, but ceremony is something.
Okay.
I love it. Having said that, when it comes down to like if you're writing it, if you're not, there's a huge. These dudes aren't writing the Bible, but they are the fucking showmen.
Gotcha.
Right? Like that, I love that side of the MC thing. When it comes to like the actual craft of writing the thing, I do go on paper, by the way.
Okay.
I have like a pen that I love, and notebooks. I need somewhere for it to live.
Right.
I can't, not in a phone. I need a physical home for it. So I have like a whole section. I got boxes of notebooks I've written in and things like that.
Oh, damn.
But I do have a hard time with people that aren't writing their music but getting the credit for being writers. That I have a problem. If you're wondering about this credit, who's writing? Look at the fucking credits. Look at the credits underneath, say, a Big Crit song. Mm-hmm. Man, there's maybe 2. And that's because he's giving it up to the person in the room that's working with him that brought something to it. Mm. If there is 8 writers on a Drake song where he performs it alone, there's enough there for me to know, like, why are we giving him as much credit as he gets? Or anyone. Drake's a perfect example, he's like a perfect mascot for things. if you have too many credits on your singular piece, I have a hard time with it. If you're claiming to write alone.
Okay. Does it translate over to singers as well? Like Beyonce, she has like 30 people.
She don't write.
She doesn't write.
No, I doubt she's like. There's a industry rumor, but I believe it's a truth. Rumors, kind of discredits the idea of she gets. Rihanna's deal is she gets 50% of every song. Writers get their credit. Everybody gets credit, but she gets 50% of the cut. She's actually never written. She's always been the performing artist, and I'm all for that. I have no, especially pop music. Do what thou will, whatever. Even hip hop, do what you do. If other people are your writer, like the greatest writers, how do you guys feel about being the ghostwriter? Like Sci High to Prince might be the best writer of all time.
Yeah,
I think he's helped write on. You name a great project. That dude's been a part of it.
Honestly,
love that shit. Love it.
If I were to have those skills, I would love to be a ghostwriter.
I would love that, man. Absolutely.
Well, okay, so
that's fame. I don't want fame.
Ice Cube,
right?
Ice Cube wrote for Eazy-E and Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? And
but Dr. Dre, I see him more as a producer. I don't see him as a
Dre's totally open.
rapper.
I don't write this shit.
Yeah.
Well, did he?
Jay-Z wrote Still Dre, Still
Yep.
DRE,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Open discussion. That's cool.
And Eminem wrote that other song, The Watcher. Not The Watcher.
I think they say Nas wrote The Message.
Oh,
Someone
real?
else wrote the song The Message. That seems like
shit.
it's absolutely from Dre, right? It's not.
Yeah.
But they found out a way to be him for that moment. That's a writer, bro. I love
badass.
that.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
badass.
that. They're found a way to step inside of his skin and give him a thing that maybe he couldn't express himself.
Right.
No problems there. For Dre, for the writers. Dope. That's a beautiful story. That's the camaraderie of it all is, I mean, in these music groups, they live together and die together. That is a family of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I respect all that.
What did Puff Daddy say? He said, "I don't write lyrics. I write checks."
That's a good one. That's a good one, bro. I personally don't think I could read other people's lyrics. My brother will pitch in a line, or I'll run something by him, and he'll help me crisp some shit up, and I'll throw his name on them joints. But I don't think I could read someone else's 16 as my own and put it out and come and chop it up with you guys about it and shit. Go on shows and be like, my new album. It's I think I'd have a really hard time with that.
What if somebody asked you to do it for them? Like, hey, I can't express it like you can, and would you be willing to do this for me?
Write for them.
No. They write for you, and because they want this to be the best song possible, right? And they're like, hey, your voice I think would be perfect for this. Everything.
Mm-hmm. And maybe the people need this. I feel like I wrote a thing that people need.
Exactly.
I think I'd have to make a real point of this being someone else's thing.
Okay.
I would have to damn near put quote unquote like in parentheses cover song or
You would let it be known.
I don't think I could personally live with it. And I think I'd have to make it known.
That's crazy.
Even if it's just in, say, a social media post or something like this, where it's like, that song was actually every chance I'd have to give it up to that person, I would have a real hard time keeping that shit for myself, man.
So what if someone told you, hey, man, I really like this song. I'll buy it off of you.
I don't think so, man.
You wouldn't do it?
No. I could be commissioned to write, but you're not getting Wes songs from Wes, no.
Okay.
Damn.
No way. And I'll write for you. I'll write as me but that's under a conversation and guidelines of like that. I'm here to do this.
Right. That's a job.
That's a job. I'll take a job and I'll take a check and I'll work, all the same. But I would have a real hard time with
like giving your song
those
away.
waters get real muddy. Yeah, dude. I couldn't sell away something that was supposed to be mine first.
Damn.
Any of the songs off Troubled Youth, those don't have a price on them.
Yeah.
I couldn't sell those joints.
That's cool.
When it comes to beats, do you make them?
I make some. I do make some. I have a couple joints out that I did make the beats on them. For the most part, writing is a full job.
Okay.
That is a full profession. People get paid millions of dollars just to write. Some people to mix, some people to record, some people to do that. So I think each person's job, like engineering, you can't just do that shit alone. Some people do and they get by with it, but that is a profession.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For
So
sure.
I think that's huge.
So when you're picking your beats,
Buying beats, I'll buy from legit,
Okay.
real
Beat
someone,
producers.
someone I find to be an actual producer.
nice. Who what's the environment like when you're recording? What mood, what environment do you need to be in?
I've noticed I need to be alone. I've recorded all my stuff myself since track one, for the most part. There at the beginning, there was like my brothers would kind of be on the other side and they'd press record for me and we had fun with it. But on the things that are now and for the most part ever since are like, I gotta be in there, I gotta be able to be alone in this environment. So for the most part, I'm standing up to my mic. I got like a kind of a side table where my mouse sits and it's away from my computer. It's a portable mouse kind of deal. And I'll just sit there, take after take. Sometimes it's an anxious environment. If I really feel it and I got to get it right, I'll take the same thing over 500 times. I'll record for hours, bro.
Yeah.
And it's not a quiet process. For the most part, like even right now, I can feel me projecting my voice pretty good into the mic. I could push it you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's nothing if I'm really trying to push the voice. So if I'm doing, the environment gets a little intense sometimes if I'm recording. It's pause, press, play, go, boom, 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 spit it, fuck it up, go, and I'll go for hours.
Damn.
I'll go for hours because it's my own system. No one ever taught me how to record. No one ever taught me how to write to record. Like writing, if you're recording something, you gotta write it for recording. You know what I mean? You gotta write for breath pockets or cut-ins or just the essence of background stuff. You gotta write for things, and it seems like I'll lose a lot of things in translation where you're supposed to be click and go for me. And then I'm right here and I'm like, oh, give me that back. And then put me on the line below it. I just need to tip that one thing. And we're just going to slow move through this while I do little essences and backgrounds that are only living in my brain.
Yeah.
I have a real hard time like waiting for you to press next line, new track. I'll get like 8 tracks ready to go and I'll just run through them bitches, go back, fill spots if I need to. For the most part, I'm kind of a one take dude. I don't really like doing cut-ins, and that's just like a personal pride thing. I like to bust them 16s.
So have you ever gone to a studio like a, you know what I'm saying, professional studio and
No, I do it all myself.
Okay.
Which
so you mix and master yourself?
I do the engineering, man. I outsource that.
Okay.
Them dudes are the shit. Real like in post recording engineering. I try to keep. I'll do demos so that they can hear what I'm going for. But and then I'll put it in someone's hands that really understand. Like, I don't know what a fucking compressor does. Really, like I get it, but I don't fucking get it. And I don't want to spend that extra 45 minutes on a YouTube tutorial to follow his guidelines anyway.
Yeah.
I want to write, and I want it to sound original anyway. So if I just hit up someone, shout out Retina, man. I'm working with my boy. He's going to help me, get a couple things honed in because I got really nice songs I'm going to start putting out, but I need him to crisp them up and clean them and get them actually really right. I don't understand, like, frequencies where things live. Yeah. He could clean the shit out of that. I don't know I wouldn't know. I'm just doing it off of feeling what might feel good, but that doesn't make it.
Nah.
That's not how it's done. I'll do that in writing. I'll do that in recording. I'll do that in the video. I'll do that in all of my time. That's a job. Engineering's a total profession. They go to school for that shit.
Yeah.
That's a degree and a job.
So that is something that you are mindful though about, that you have to get it mixed and mastered by a professional.
A lot of people have that, a little bit. They have plenty of time to mess around on their laptops and engineer them things themselves, and that's good. Nothing against it, but I don't have time or patience for that.
No, I totally get that.
I love the writing, man. I love writing. I love recording. And I love shows. You lose a lot of fucking time and fun engineering hi-hats. And then I'm going to, that shit kills me, bro.
Damn.
When you're not making music, what do you do? What, like, for fun, to
I used to go on hikes a lot, or I'd be out in the world a lot more. I even used to go catch some drinks on a Saturday night and go out and do the thing, man. When it's like kind of album time, I'm not doing shit. I get off of work. I start work at 5. I get off at 1. I come home. I'm turning the studio on. I'm in it right now. Okay. I'm really in it. When it's like music time, when I'm hitting my groove again. Last summer, nothing. I stayed in my room all the time, just staring at projects I wanted to work on or doing things. Like, I was not doing anything.
So you're just going to work, coming back, bro, and Damn.
It's music. Everything I do has something to do with music.
But
I just picked up a new job just to get more money into music.
Did you accomplish your goals for coming home and working on those projects, or?
The goal lately has been to just get back in that zone of like writing every day, enjoying it, having a rough guideline of like, okay, I got to get this one done. I got a third verse on this joint I need to finish writing. And so I can just put that thing aside. I don't have to record it right now, but I can put it aside. If I can finish it and close the notebook, that's success for now. Okay. That's kind of what I'm going for. Once it comes time to start recording these joints, then I'll have like demos and bounce outs. That's another level of success. Green lights, just one at a time. Minor wins kind of stack up to a sick album.
Dope.
That's how I see it.
Right now with these albums that you're working on, are you working with any artists? Or is this all you?
These ones are just me. They're both real personal, honestly.
Okay.
I'll have some features on the Don't Listen one, the Don't Listen My mixtape too. But I don't think I'm going to do any features on the Troubled Youth joint.
Okay.
That'll be just me. So if I'm collaborating with people, it'll be on beats or it'll be in post. I think I want to have a real visual approach to the Troubled Youth thing. I want some imagery that kind of matches what I see in my head when I think back on a lot of the moments I'm writing about. Sometimes a scary image. Sometimes it's really just a kid alone.
Yeah.
My nephew's like right at that age. He's like 11. I think he's kind of going to be my mascot for this project. I want it to be a real visual representation. Because I understand that people aren't paying, not everyone's lyrics heads. I get that. Not everyone's listening. A lot of people are everyone's listening. Not a lot of people are hearing it.
Yeah. Which
is fine. I accept that. If you're dissecting lyrics, let's chop it up. But for the most part, I understand that people are visual and people are, it's a lot of vibe-based stuff. So I think that will be kind of my marketing approach on Troubled Youth, is really going for imagery, actual imagery. I'm writing visually as well to try and tell a story and have you sit in this house with me where I'm jumping from couch to table to ottoman trying to avoid the lava. Like that's part of a thing I'm working on.
That's dope.
And it's more, it's kind of a metaphor for really trying to avoid the things that I was seeing in the pitfalls of that world. But avoiding the lava from a Troubled Youth kid's perspective it was fun at the time. Now I'm looking back on it, realizing like, oh shit, that was crazy. A kid, environmentally not somewhere that a kid maybe should have been.
Right.
So they are pretty personal. They're getting real personal these days. I think the collaborations will be more trying to capture the essence of what's internal and trying to get it out. Whether that be like I'm looking for certain beats. I am buying a lot more of these beats from local dudes or dudes that I can hit up individually and be like, hey man, can you tweak this for me? Or take some of the like excitement out of it and build me a pocket where I can just talk to them. Stuff like that. A lot of the collaboration will be trying to zone in feelings rather than adding others into it for their essence.
When's this coming out?
I'm shooting for I think I'm gonna go with the mixtape first in a release sense. I'm real obsessed with Michelangelo, the Renaissance artist.
Oh, not the Ninja Turtle?
He's dope. I'm cool with him too. He's too goofy in the shows, man. I think it's. Did you guys see that new Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. The cartoon one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I heard it was good.
I liked it. I went and watched it with my kids, and
okay. I heard it was good.
Yeah, it was.
Michelangelo, there's a story that goes with him carving the statue of David, right? He stared at it for 40 days and then got to work. I think I'm gonna do that with this.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stare at this project. I'm on like day 5 right now. I'm on day 5. I'm writing. I'm wrecking, and when it comes time to record and run it, I think I'll stop staring at the marble and start building release dates and stuff.
So do you have the beats already?
I got a bunch of beats. Yeah.
Okay.
I got about 12 joints for Troubled Youth.
Okay.
I think it might end up around anywhere from 12 to 16.
Okay.
That one I got more of the beats for. On the mixtape, I'm more like, I'm going to use that Kodak transporting beat is going to be in there. I'm going to use a couple loose beats and just have fun. So that one's a little less honed in and doesn't really have a release date as much as I kind of make spiritual sequels to things I've done before. So I will go on a rough, there's 9 songs on Don't Listen My Mixtape Part 1. I bet it'll probably be around 9 on Part 2 with spiritual sequels, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. So like the first song on the first Don't Listen My Mixtape is called DLTMM. Don't Listen My Mixtape. The first song on this new joint's gonna be DLTMM2. And then the second song is called May 4th. I think I have a date of a song that I wrote a few months ago, or a few days ago, called September 5th. They will have rough spiritual sequels in that way.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know why. That just always seemed to work out that way.
For sure.
It's cool though. I like it.
I think when it comes to that stuff, like I think that's a good marketing strategy.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun and it's easy. It gives me a blueprint to run with, and then just let the heart do what it do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
And the marketing of it all, yeah, you're right, dude. I think it will make it easier. Just go, track by track. There you go.
Yeah.
If I want to bring a little nostalgia to Don't List My Mixtape 2 by pushing number 1 a little bit, then I can go on a track by track. It helps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
man.
you go.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's play a rapid fire questions.
That's what I was thinking.
Shit,
Rapid
all right.
questions.
I like this part of y'all's show.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So let's you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ketchup or fry sauce?
Ketchup. I don't really like mayo that much.
Hell yeah. I like that.
Beto's or Taco Bell.
Betos.
Okay.
iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone. Get that Android shit out of my face, bro. They make me nervous, bro. I can't see them screens. They look crazy.
Oh shit.
Next.
Luda or Drake.
Luda.
Okay.
Drake's a mascot, man. He's like not even a person. Luda's the real fucking deal. Whatever Drake's doing is built off of the Luda grounds. Luda built that.
Yeah.
Drake's just using it.
All right.
Lake or beach?
Lake.
Okay.
Lake.
I like seeing mountains.
Okay.
I like seeing mountains around the lake. Lakes.
Okay. Shark or a dolphin.
Shark. Keep it up. Let's go. This is your guys have got the pressure to come up with questions. I can just throw them out.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Okay. Hamster or guinea pig.
Go ahead. Damn.
I had a hamster when I was a kid. We'll roll with that.
A hamster?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
A bong or a blunt.
Blunt.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Shit. Coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee. I can't do them energy drinks. What about y'all?
Coffee.
Yeah,
Coffee all day. All
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Do you like a coffee black or with milk?
Milk. Need some body to that thing. I need a little bit. I need it to have that. Yeah. Throw some
Okay.
milk in that bitch.
Okay. All right.
Alcohol or like liquor or beer?
Liquor. Whiskey or tequila.
Yeah, I like whiskey.
Okay. Hairy or bushy?
What?
He said what?
Hold on.
No. Hairy or shaved?
Shave.
Okay.
I'll fuck around either way. What's up?
He's like,
I got no problem either way. I'll be cool.
All right.
East Coast or West Coast music?
West Coast music, East Coast writers. I think Jay-Z might be the best writer of all time.
Dang.
Okay.
Writer, just writer, like not music, but the pen, the.
He doesn't
East
write
Coast.
though.
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
I mean, right. Agreed. Right.
Yeah.
He might be the best. He might be the best though.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean he doesn't write?
He doesn't write his lyrics.
Down.
He doesn't write his lyrics down. He just goes in there and just
It's like freestyle.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
Sort of like Lil Wayne, right?
Yeah,
like Lil
it's
Wayne
a
and,
lot like that.
and Biggie too.
Wayne will do kind of the cut in thing where he'll go like a bar, 2 bars at a time. He'll bust maybe 4 bars at a time, and then he'll cut in, with just whatever that next best. Wayne has the ability to say the immediate next best thing. Every single word
Yeah.
is the next best thing. Jay-Z he just walks up to the mic, go ahead and busts the best songs of all time off the rip.
I didn't know that.
He just lays them down.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
No.
Bro,
Wow.
watch Rick Rubin talk about Jay-Z.
He's a badass, bro. I have to give it. Yeah. Anyways, okay. I have to
Coast,
give
West
I have
Coast,
to
let's
give him. All right, a 6'4" or a what's it called, or a Benz?
6'4".
Okay.
Benz don't got me.
No.
About him. It's fine. It's cool.
Okay.
Nothing against it, but 6'4" for sure.
All right. Basketball or football?
Basketball.
Okay.
Basketball.
You
Why?
a Jazz fan?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely got pride in the region of where we live. I have a hard time seeing people walk around in different teams' jerseys. That's for sure. People born and raised here, you're walking around like a fucking Spurs jersey. But it's cool. I'll respect the people. Yeah, that's all good. Usually it's tied to a thing, so that's all cool.
All right. I like how fast you're answering the question. So here I'm gonna throw you another one. Would you rather cheat or be cheated on?
Oh.
Cheated on is a rough one, man. I got enough demons that I live with on the regular. Adding one to it, I can do that. I just cheat, dude. It's a devastating thing. Yeah, it'll fuck your day up for sure, man.
You're like, yeah, I'll fuck yeah.
Cheating, you just you swallow that. You just live with that on your own, you know.
That's true, bro.
All
right, okay.
All right.
Go ahead, your turn.
Shit, I'm.
Come on, man.
Let me see.
Marvel or DC?
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen?
DC.
I want to say.
Dude, Batman, huh?
Yeah, I'll go with DC.
All right. The movie,
like Spider-Man,
Marvel's
though.
got a flawless
catalog.
The DC movies right now are awful. The Flash movie I watched the other day was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was terrible.
Well, but if you base it,
Just the characters?
yeah. If you base it on the movies,
DC,
and yeah,
baby.
but yeah,
All
just
right.
yeah.
UFC or boxing?
Current or ever?
Just which would you
Right
rather
now,
watch?
UFC. All time, boxing.
Okay.
Boxing as a sport is maybe the hardest thing of all. Like the coolest industry ever.
Yeah.
It got real twisted in like the last, Mike Tyson agent on till now. Shit is an ugly industry.
Okay.
UFC currently is pretty exciting, man. Like
It is.
Style Bender. We're gonna watch the Adesanya fight, dude. Come on, man. That is some of the most exciting shit on the
He
planet.
just got beat up though, huh?
He did lose.
Yeah,
Did he get beat up fast? Cause I was watching the video.
He did lose.
Yeah.
But I think he's got one coming up. I don't know if it's the rematch or if it's. But yeah,
okay.
there's one coming up, I believe.
No, he just lost like a week ago.
Oh, was that just now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this weekend, this past weekend.
Last Saturday.
Right.
Last Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
He's one of the most exciting cats on the planet, dude. To watch that dude fight.
How old are you?
27.
27.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay. Hulk Hogan or The Rock?
Hey, that's a good one.
That's one of the dog.
That's a good one.
Oh shit. Just to say a name, no explanation. Hogan.
Okay.
Hogan.
Okay.
Hogan. The Rock's become one of the corniest individuals on the planet.
After he made that video with Oprah talking about donate money
That
to.
was one of the craziest things I've seen in a minute, man. Two of the richest people of all time.
Asking?
Like ever in human history. Like you have that much money compared to people are like actually have change jars with pennies and you're asking people to donate money, dog?
Shit.
That is fucking nuts.
That's crazy, bro.
That one's crazy.
Do you think they did it?
What do you mean?
You don't think they donated? Just that, I mean,
They
I
might
don't know.
have thrown a couple bucks at it, but the way I look at it is either one of those two people could have provided 75% of the money.
Well, a lot of
without
anonymous-
noticing a difference out of
True.
their pocket.
Anonymous
That's true.
people are donating and they're saying it's them, like $500 here, $200 there, but you don't see who it is. It's anonymous.
Nah, they're standing in front of the camera for that glory shot. They'd be posting
Just to
their
look good, huh?
Yeah, they'd be posting if they made a crazy donation. They'd be standing right at a podium. Look at what
Are you a conspiracy
That's true.
theories?
I'm not a
Theorist?
fool. I recognize shit. I got some friends that really go next level with the shit. I don't go that crazy, but absolutely I fuck around with this
Yeah?
conspiracy. It's fun. Of all things it is. It's more fun.
Well, what is one conspiracy theory that is fun for you?
I mean, outside of if you want the easy fun one is like moon landing. Like, did we touch down on the moon in 1969? I don't know if I think we have gone to the moon.
Who was recording
How do
them
we
though?
have video?
Yeah.
That video is the most suspect shit I've ever seen. So, yeah, that's a fun one. Y'all are lying in the 60s. With Cold War stuff, if you look into the reasons why to lie, it's pretty easy. Like, now I do think we've gone up there. I'm not going to say we don't have technology, but I don't think that happened in the moment. That video is one of the most egregious.
I have to rewatch it.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Especially watch some conspiracy dude break it down on YouTube. Bro, that's fun, man. That shit is fun.
it doesn't even make sense.
Y'all conspiracy theorists?
I mean, there's some
When they
some,
come up, man, and moon landings and aliens, all that. That's all fun. I'm into like industry conspiracy theories about like Jay-Z got Biggie's notebooks. You ever hear that one?
Ooh, I heard that one.
Never
And
heard that one.
So did Fat Joe got Pun's notebook.
Right. So like that, it is a conspiracy theory in the sense of like you're gonna tear down Jay-Z for everything he's accomplished by saying like he has Biggie's notebooks. It's also well documented he has Biggie's notebooks. He spits Biggie bars like that. That one's
they put them like side to side.
But okay. If he has them, how did he get it?
Well, when Biggie passed away. Like there's your conspiracy theory. Biggie and Pac, like that's some of the biggest ones ever. Like that kind of started people's weird questioning era. That era was when like X-Files was cracking at that point. You know what I mean? People were primed for it, and now like people really love that shit because it's fun, man. They're reality fairy tales. We love that shit. We have a hard time with like taking things at face value. Real hard. Nipsey, there was a lot of weird ones around Nipsey's passing away that were like, because he's making a documentary about vegan food. What the fuck are we doing, man? Truth is stranger than fiction. It's crazier to imagine he was where he was when someone came and did what they did. That's crazy. Yeah. People love conspiracy theories and applying things to it that can allow your brain to wander.
But it sucks, man. It sucks because then it's like
there's fucking lunatics.
Where's the fucking truth? What's the truth?
Dude, when you want to talk about like, now we have politicians pushing conspiracy theories to ignite things because it goes off on social medias. So they pit us against each other to keep it going. It's the only job they have.
Well, okay, so for example, the 15-minute cities, you heard about that one, right?
Yeah.
The 15-minute cities is where it's basically a modern concentration camp where you're 15 minutes away from anything you need.
Oh, yes. They're building it in like...
in Lehigh. Or in Draper. They're building one here. Yes.
Bro, everywhere you go. I can't speak for everywhere, but I swear to God, if you get off a freeway exit, it's either a Costa Vida next to a Maverick, next to a Subway, or it's a Taco Bell next to a McDonald's and a Wendy's. That's it. That's all we got. That's true. A 15-minute city off every single exit.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fucking crazy. We have a hard time outside of like downtown finding cultural food. You're going to Mo Bettis, man. Like I am like.
No, yeah, you're right.
I am. That shit is
good right now.
It does.
But we do live in like one of the most franchised territories, I think, where every single thing is like you get off any exit, it looks like 10 exits ago.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
right.
dude.
Yeah, bro,
it's crazy.
That shit. I've been noticing that
every exit, bro, is the same.
I'm not the only
one.
Well,
there's a 7-Eleven. There's a Maverick across the street from another Maverick. It's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
It's like I turn around, I'm in the same place.
Yeah, bro. And they're spawning like Mavericks. They just throw one up. And all right, it's 3 blocks from the other one, but I guess they're gonna stack bread right here.
Yeah. Well, what's that one? I think it's. I want to say it's in Dubai, but I'm not 100% sure. They're building a whole city.
Dude, is
in
that real?
a line.
Yeah,
They've started already. Yeah,
dude, that's we're in the future. Like, you know what I trip on is it seems like it's all been, and I'm sure every generation feels like this, but it's all been made for our time. It's all been made for our generation. It's all happening right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like anything you can think of, it's happening in our generation.
Yeah.
We went from, like, my dad played Pong. You know the game Pong where the ball just...
Oh, yeah.
My dad played that shit. Like, when I started playing video games, like, real video games when we were kids, Call of Duty, my dad was like, what the fuck is going on? I played a game where a dot would go back and forth. Now they're building this building in Dubai that's, like, X amount of miles long.
I think it's in Dubai. I'm not sure.
I think you're right.
Yeah?
Okay. I'm pretty sure you're right.
Okay.
And I've seen things that are like, there's no service in the building that's not technology. It's droids bringing you your food. Mm-hmm. There are drones flying through the building, bringing packages to people that get apartments in there.
Yeah.
Driving you
right.
wherever.
My dad
is
now, like, to explain what Wi-Fi is to my dad is fucking nonsense. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
But now they're they can, I can airdrop you a file.
Yep.
My dad, what the fuck are we doing? My dad watched all of it build till now. Like 80s movies about technology are becoming true in his lifetime. That's fucking crazy.
You know what's crazy? I always keep thinking about like the Demolition Man. Do you remember that movie?
Oh yeah,
with Sylvester Stallone and
Wesley Snipes, baby.
Wesley Snipes,
Don't
yeah,
fuck around.
exactly. Yep. Yeah, so I'm proud of myself. I remember his name.
Describe him.
So it's like as soon as you cuss, you get a ticket. You know what I'm saying? They pop a little ticket pop. I'm just like I'm expecting that shit like to any day now.
Dude, you want to get kicked off of social media? You want a bad like social credit score? Tweet some bullshit.
Oh,
it's the
shit.
same thing.
That's horrible, bro.
Your
like,
phone's on you at all times. You go through and you unfollow a bunch of people on Instagram, you will get your page will be significantly quieted for months.
why is that?
If you unfollow people,
If you if you like go through your followers and just unfollow a bunch of people, it will like slightly shadow your page to where like it won't put you in front of people like it was. And it's just based on like, oh, you don't want to participate? Okay. Like it is that way. It's absolutely that way.
And that's what I'm saying, right? People's attention span is getting shorter and shorter, and it's not our fault. It's basically all these platforms that are driving us.
well, in a sense, it is our fault.
Well, because we keep using the platforms.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get on YouTube and watch a video of any type, entertainment, music, conspiracy theories, news, whatever, there's going to be an ad, and then there's going to be an ad, and then there's going to be your thing. How can you expect to keep your attention when there's two corporations with the best marketing schemes of all time? It's flawlessly honed in at this point within a 12-second commercial that you can't skip.
That's crazy.
And then they'll play one that it's a 30-second commercial and you can skip it, but within 7 seconds, they got you. Whether you were buying it or not, you're in now. How much does your brain have room to digest what you were coming for? Or how distracted did you get? So how can I expect... I can't even expect myself to make it through the ads. If I get a text, all right, well, I'll go there now. You know what I mean? All right, I guess I'll fucking leave. Like, I'll watch it later.
Yeah.
So my personal attention span will suffer. If I spend a significant amount of time on my phone, I'm not writing that day. Like, it'll have all that other shit rattling around in my head. If my screen time's way up, my creativity is way low. Shit. You guys have that?
Now that I'm
pay attention.
Now that you said that, that's
Bro,
like, oh shit.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
It's not just that it's taking away your time, so you obviously have less to put towards creativity. It's taking away your mental digestion. Like, you eat your salad before you eat your steak because whatever you eat, right? But if you eat a salad after you eat the actual meal, you're not going to get the nutrients from the salad. That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's the same with diet is not only food, right? But diet is everything you intake. Yeah. Whatever you intake, that's your diet.
Whether you're listening, whether you're
whatever
watching.
You want, man.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. It's totally up to you. It's totally up to you. But
it's a choice.
It's 100% a choice. If you spend all day watching some girl on TikTok do,
Who told you? No, I'm joking.
You put me on to that shit, right? If you spend your time watching someone do AI dance on TikTok, I know for a fact that is you're intaking something. And if it's her just saying glizzy 50,000 times because she kind of hot and dudes are fucking weird,
I can't believe that shit.
It's
I can't
nuts.
believe they do that shit.
Yeah.
You see that shit with that chick Pinky Doll? You guys know what? She started this whole shit.
No, who is that? I don't know who
There's this
Pinky
chick
Doll
named
is.
Pinky Doll, and she started the AI. Like, people type in the comments, and then it sends her an emoji with 50 fucking cents or whatever,
Yeah.
and then she says it out loud and does the action. So she started the thing. Like, she was the first one that was getting millions of views. She also had an OnlyFans, so she was just she just needed content, so she would just get on there and do it. Her number one, this is real. I did a lot of looking into this because I didn't believe it was true. Her number one contributor was producer Timbaland.
Really?
That's a fact. He's in her comments. He's in the live streams. He's funneling money to this girl.
And what was he telling her to do or say?
I mean, whatever the emoji was that she was going to do the dance for. Ice cream or whatever the fucking thing is.
And he was the number one?
He was a huge... Yeah, people aired him out for being like a huge... He would just sit there and watch her. Or his social media account. I don't know who runs his shit. I don't know if he's just sitting there on TikTok. That was a fact. So the question is like...
No wonder he hasn't came out with music.
No, where the fuck is your creative time? He's an old head. He's an old head.
Yeah.
So who says he needs to be sitting in the studio these days? His credentials speak for themselves.
Yeah.
But it is really weird to see, like, how does someone with a real powerful creative brain get caught in the loop of just watching someone do the same thing over and over and over? And it also goes into, like, my social media posts. No one wants to watch me just post the same shit. Even if I'm growing, everything keeps going up. I get better shows, more people come, more music I put out, more plays it gets. At the same time, my social media is slowly stopping growing. And that's just because, like, I'm posting the same things that I be doing. Consistency is key. That's a fact. And I'm not talking about socials. I'm talking about personal. Yeah. Being personally consistent, trying to drink my water amount every day. I'm trying to drink almost a gallon every day. Just personal consistency. When I get off work, I'm trying to, like you guys were talking about, are you excited for work? You got to psych yourself up for it or whatever. The thing that I'm excited for, I got to wake up at 4:30 and be to the coffee shop and start selling coffees. I am not excited for that, but I'm excited to get off work and come home to the studio again. Really excited. So when I wake up, I am excited to get in there and get that shit off my plate so I can get to the next thing.
But I mean, okay, talking about that, like, you don't go to work and be like, okay, at least I'm going to be in the present, enjoy this time that I'm here, and try to get the best out of it, regardless of whether it's serving a coffee. Maybe you meet a new fan.
That's all. I'm all for, like, being in the I have a hard time not thinking about music. Even while, like, right now I have a notebook in my back pocket, just barely bigger than my wallet. At all moments, I'm taking notes. Like, all day, or like today, I wrote in my notebook, press play. It's just a song that I made a little while ago. I'm gonna put on the mixtape for sure. So stuff like it's always rattling around up in here. I'm always thinking about music. If someone says a thing or a phrase that I like, yesterday, I heard it on, like, I'm driving home. I heard someone say it comes with the territory. That's one of the hardest things I've ever heard in my life. I wrote it in a notebook. Comes with the territory, and it's somehow it's connected to.
Do you start making a song in your head?
It'll probably be a song title eventually.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Shit like that. I never put it down.
Gotcha.
At all. Like, my day job right now, I just started at Beans and Brew because I need more money. I'm not excited about it. It is what it is, but I need more. So I just got that, and while I'm sitting in there, I'm taking notes on what I'm gonna do. I'm collecting the coffee grounds for a Life Elevated Music Group merch run so that I can dye T-shirts with coffee.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. So my brain's always lives Life Elevated at all times. Making coffees is just passing my time. I definitely don't want to be there. I'll come up with the thing, or I'll take a note. I'm like, fuck, I would love to sit in the studio right now, but I gotta tuck that notebook and get right back to work. Stuff like it's always on me. I never put it down.
Damn.
I never put it down.
Do you always have to have music in your ears, or is it you don't have music?
No, but usually there's something playing in the back of my head.
Okay.
The last little bit, Macklemore put out an album last year. It's called Ben. His name is Ben. There seems to be this song Heroes that plays in my head for like the last 9 months, and it's produced by DJ Premier. It's like the hardest joint on that album, and I hear it in all times in the back of my head. Now I'm with my kids and we watching Olaf, and I'm like, damn, used to want to be like O-Dog. I'll hear that shit in my head all the time. Damn. All the fucking time. I dropped DJ Juggy a text a couple weeks ago that was just like, I sent him that joint. He's all, shit goes hard. You know what I mean? There's always a song playing back there. There's lyrics, or I'm chopping up. Like, I'm always hearing something. I'm one of the, kind of on a note of collaboration, I'm looking and I'm talking to my friend that helps me kind of produce a couple of these beats about coming up with this audio that I can put in Troubled Youth. It's like this thing that I used to hear when I would be in intense circumstances when I was a kid. And it was like this. And it was like, it was a panic.
It would amp up.
It would amp up, and it would get faster, and it would amp up, and it would get low. Like, it would take over, and and it was when I was scared, and I'd be seeing things I shouldn't be seeing. It was like a traumatic sound.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm trying to figure out how to, like, find someone that can help me produce this thing and pull it into reality, pull it out of the ether and into the world we live in. So stuff like that, like I'll hear things that I'm trying to pull in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
If you accomplish that, that'd be pretty cool, man.
It would be cool. I think I work with this kid named his name's Hunter. His DJ name is Retina. It's Hunter backwards, and he's the man to work with. I think he's gonna help me get it done.
Hell yeah.
Dope,
Yeah,
bro.
it's cool, bro.
So, all the music that you have out right now, which one is your favorite one? Your favorite?
We'll just go off of a favorite album that I've thrown out there is it's called Trail and there's 11 joints on it, and there's an image that goes with every one. So like the first song is called Because I Have. It's got an image that goes with it, and then the second song has an image that goes with it. Thrive has a fire. There's certain songs that have certain images that kind of mean something to me. Epiphany is the moon. And then on the final cover art, it's all the images come together and make up a landscape. Like one's a moose, one's a tree, one's the moon, one's a meteor, and then they all fit on this one moment together and on the final cover art. So when I was on social, I was pushing these individual images for a week. And then when I finally dropped the album, they're all on one. And I'm so proud of the way that thing came out. Got the video with Udo, all that. Like, it was very sick. So as an album, that one's probably my favorite, like, baseball I've thrown.
Okay.
I just put out one that's called Pick Your Poison. And they're individual songs, favorites. Right now, my favorites is called P&P or Lonely Days.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm real proud of those two. The what I've accomplished as a writer, as a songwriter, not even hip hop or this or that, just the ability. Like, I think I could keep up with a lot of really, really professional songwriters. I think I could do that, and I did do it. I accomplished it. I'm real proud of that.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Hell yeah.
It's real good.
Have you I'm sure you've heard of Mike Masters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever
Gabino, baby.
Yeah.
Of
Shout out
course.
to
Shout out to
Gabino and
Gabino.
Bro, I knew
Mike
Gabino.
Masters.
I knew of that dude when I was 12 years old. I've
Really?
been really plugged into the scene since I was a kid.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Have you ever thought of
Battle rapping?
battle rapping?
Battling is not. That's another ceremony that I have not taken part in. Those
Okay.
dudes are on a different level. That's not really what I do.
Okay.
I got a homie up in Ogden, and he goes by Spades. That dude gets
Oh, yeah.
down, bro.
Yeah, shout
That
out to
dude gets
Spades.
down. That's its own craft. That's its own whole thing, bro. Those dudes would murder me in the room. You know who's a real battle rapper? The real deal is Dumb Luck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dumb Luck was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of real battle rapper, man. Like,
Hey, so
dude will
but,
shred somebody. I'm not trying to get in front of that lawnmower
so you wouldn't try it? Not even
I'll
just
fuck
to,
around. We'll have fun. We'll smoke a blunt. We'll pass some bars back and forth. Maybe even talk some shit, make it more of a moment. But when we're talking about like cameras, action, we're doing a competition. I'll write against you, and
no.
I'll bury some cats with a pen.
Okay.
I'll dig a grave with a pen
Okay.
on some motherfuckers. But when it comes to battle, those dudes, I don't even know how they do that shit.
Yeah.
That's
bro.
it. That's not even freestyling. That is a fucking craft, bro. That shit is serious. And shouts to Gabino, but I do have a hard time like reaching out and asking up. I don't want to seem needy in a way.
Yeah, we had Gabino on last week, and what's it called? Yeah, so he talked about that. You know what I'm saying? He talked about like how intense you have to get to just jump up there. But he says he tells that he encourages everyone to try it.
I definitely should. Let's do that. I will try. Like that's a part of hip hop that's in the bloodlines of hip hop. I need to get involved in that.
Yeah.
Do you
He's
think
right.
though that could kind of break you as well if you're
not mentally ready?
if you're not ready, or you either you don't come with the bars? You think that can ruin somebody?
I played baseball, so I can't speak on how it feels to get absolutely swatted on a basketball court, but that must feel fucking crazy in front of all your friends and family
that
to get
shit
shut
sucks.
the fuck down, right?
I feel
I would
more
have a
of
hard time.
getting crossed over and just
Perfect,
falling
bro.
to the ground
and
that's
get broke off. I'd have a hard time.
Yeah,
I'd have a hard time.
No.
That could fuck your day up for sure.
Fuck yeah.
That would fuck your
There's
day up.
Is it worse than cheating? I guess get cheated
No.
on.
What?
What?
Getting crossed over?
No.
Shit comes home with you either way. Huh? No, losing in a battle.
Losing in the
No.
battle is it worse than getting cheated on?
Your girl might cheat on you after.
You're fucked either way. Nah, I'm joking. Dude.
That's funny.
Yeah,
dog.
damn.
But okay, man.
Battle. That's a profession as well, man. Those motherfuckers are serious.
Yeah, hey, I give props to everyone that just
For stepping in
Yeah,
there. I'll give you
bro.
as much props for stepping in there and getting murked as I will stepping
yeah.
in there
Oh,
and
for
smashing
sure.
on someone, right?
yeah,
For
just
sure.
getting up
Yep.
there, whoever it is.
Yep.
If you're up there, you're
Bro, speaking of social
You got some
media,
stripes.
battle rappers, and Dumb Luck, you guys follow him on socials?
Yeah.
The way he posts those videos, dog, the videos he makes of his productions, like it's him making the fucking beat. and then he wrecks on the beat, like he murders the beat with bars, and he's videoing him. That dude's doing his own news crew.
Yeah.
He bought a sit camera and he's fucking doing it.
Yeah.
He, to me, is prime for that next level. There's a lot of dudes that I could speak of first name, Dumb Luck, Earthworm, Zach Ivy, and Earthworm and Cleash as a duo. Those two could do it. They could do it. They don't need anything.
Yeah.
Social media, if you don't have 20,000 followers, you get an eye roll now. What the fuck's that got to do with hip hop?
Yeah.
What the fuck does my social media have to do with if promoters bring enough people to the show to let me have a good show?
Yeah.
Instead, I'm performing half awkwardly because it is awkward. We're in an environment that's kind of awkward. There's plenty of people right here that are like ready for that next level. Dumb Luck's making absolutely flawless social media posts. Those aren't like ascending him to the next level. He's doing that off his own back. Like Dumb, he's doing that himself. But like he's got a perfect example. Like you can buy a fucking sick camera and you can make super sick videos online. That doesn't mean your videos are going to get in front of people.
Yeah.
He makes the sickest personal music videos that anyone's making right now. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Social media is not going to thing that gets Dumb Luck to the next level. You know what I mean? It's going to be Dumb Luck. It's going to be him.
Yeah. That does it.
Yeah. He's not a content creator. He's a fucking true to God hip hop writer, producer, and MC.
Yeah.
He's not a social media content creator.
Yeah.
But he's gonna if you're not doing
But he is staying consistent.
it's more than anybody.
Yeah.
With better products, better posts, better video, better songs.
Papa John's.
Papa John's, baby. Damn. Papa John's.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, shout out to Dumb Luck. He
Yeah,
just,
no, for
he
sure.
just came out with Dre Rocka, man, our guy.
I saw that one.
Yeah, 92.5. So that's dope, bro. Hey, man. Well, look, man, we want to thank you for coming through. But before we end the episode, we always like to ask, what is one of your favorite spots to eat locally here in Salt Lake City or in Utah?
There's a spot right next to Urban Lounge. If I get a show downtown, I'm going to this. There's like a ramen house. I think it's called Koho, Koho, I believe.
By
Okay.
what? By
Let's
what?
find this out.
The
Let's give them
Urban?
a real shout out because this place makes the best chicken sandwiches. Makes the best ones. Yeah, it's right next to Urban Lounge, like right around that corner, headed to the west. That's the spot I'll go to. That's like my pre-show. If I got a show tonight, I'll stop in there at 7 p.m. If I'm going on at like 10, that's the way, man.
Hey.
That's the spot. What about y'all?
Well, I like Casa del Tamal. That one's a good spot. It's in West Valley,
Okay.
56, and yeah, that's a good spot for me. I like that spot. But lately, I've been going to a lot of food trucks too. There's this the food truck on State Street, and what's that? What's the one by where Sears used to be?
Yeah. What is that? 800.
Let me describe it to you.
800 and state.
800 and State.
Yoko Ramen.
Yoko Ramen.
YOKO, dog.
Okay.
That spot's the shit.
Okay.
Yoko Ramen.
Yoko
What about
Ramen.
you?
Right now, they just opened up on Main Street and in between 300 and 400 South.
All right.
Los Tapatíos.
Mm-hmm.
I went to like 2 times already, and the food was great, man. It was good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like,
So the authentic Mexican? What are we talking about?
yeah,
Word.
you could say that. Yeah,
Okay.
they use, they don't use it. Well, it didn't taste like it was canned food because usually,
Word.
you get that
Oh, yeah.
the canned beans and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Nah, this was really good.
It was
Yeah.
legit.
And I don't want to take Ruben because then he's gonna be like, "Ooh, this is what you're talking about." He can find out.
Yeah.
Let him bring it to you.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
It is good.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
And then just those spots right there, like Whiskey Street,
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey Street, and what's the other one?
Marcus?
White Horse.
Okay.
Describe it.
They're restaurants right there on Main Street.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those,
All right.
I'm gonna take that as a what's it called? Little effect. Describe it.
Ooh, bro, get my soundbite in this bitch. I would be honored, bro.
Hell yeah.
First time guest, long time listener, man.
Oh,
You guys are
hell
the
yeah.
shit,
Thank
so
you.
thanks for having me on.
No,
for
definitely,
Real cool
bro.
for me, man.
And
Real dope.
go
I'd
ahead.
love to come back if you
Yeah,
guys have
any-
an opening.
Any shout outs, man?
I said my piece for everybody.
Hell yeah.
Everybody I fuck with, I probably said your name.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
That's
If
what's up,
I
bro.
missed out on you, you know it's all love, though.
And also your handles. Where can people find you?
I'm on Wesburke Music, WESBURKE. That's on. If you type in Wesburke, man, I'll pop up. Follow the Life Elevated music group page.
Yeah.
I got some cool shit coming up on there too. It's kind of merch runs and clothing lines and shit. But all platforms, Apple Music and Spotify. So
Hell yeah, bro.
absolutely.
And we did. I just want to mention this. We did see you perform at the Slap Lake Cities, and it was dope, bro.
Thank you.
You know, your
Thank
performance
you.
was dope.
So I appreciate it, man. Live performance to me is like maybe number one reason I do it in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people get caught up when I've noticed with shows. A lot of people get like a little too rowdy, and then the crowd is kind of like, man, this isn't the environment for this, or maybe the person performing feels awkward because maybe the environment's a little weird.
Yeah.
They don't feel what you want them to feel. I can't make you guys get excited. They feel what you feel. Like the microphone is an amplifier of how you feel.
Definitely.
So it's just kind of this thing that I throw around. It's like they don't feel what you want them to feel. They feel what you feel.
Yeah.
So that's why I love using the mic, man, and throwing down them live shows. I always keep bookings because that's like my platform to really throw the fuck down.
That's dope, man.
Absolutely.
One last question, man.
Oh, yeah.
One last question is...
Bro, I'll hang out. We'll do like a Joe Rogan Fight Companion 4-hour podcast. So you're going to have to kick me out of here. All right.
No.
One more.
One last question, bro. Where does Westbrook, the name, come from?
First name's Weston, middle name Burke. Burke is kind of a family name, so I just roll with it.
Westbrook.
I kind of had a hard time with everybody creating these personalities around a name, or having some like mascotting for themselves. I get a little tired of that shit. Well, it's really me out here doing it.
Hey.
So that's kind of why I just keep it at the name.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's unique, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
It is.
All right, bro. Well, once again, thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
guys,
you,
man.
and you're invited here anytime, bro.
I'll
And
take all of them.
yeah, for sure,
I'll be
bro.
here all day.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps. Go leave some comments, share, go check us out on Spotify, Apple, or what is
Podcast,
it? Yeah,
Apple Podcast.
Where do you guys like people to listen? Anywhere they got it, or
Yeah, anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah. Right now it's mostly what on
YouTube?
no audio.
Word.
But we're trying to get those
Bet.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
the listeners
shit, you
and all
guys got
that
a dope
shit, so
setup in here.
thank
Keep them
you.
cameras on, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You
appreciate
guys are
it,
the
bro.
shit. You guys are doing a real important thing for everybody. This is a good ass show.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
Appreciate it, man.
Maybe Ruben will be in here next time. I'll talk some shit to him.
Yeah, he's out working. Well, all right, man. Hey, peace, and see you later.
Thank you for listening. Join us next time on the Lake Talk.